Hey, welcome to Saturday Night Microphones of Madness, where we will talk about has-been Nickelodeon television heroines.
Woo.
Either that, or we're going to play some Call of Cthulhu.
Oh, yeah.
We are playing "Do Not Call Up That Which You Cannot Put Down" by some joker named Brian, who's right here, and he's going to take it over.
Goodness gracious. Yes. Hello, everybody. Good evening. This is a modern day Call of Cthulhu scenario. And we've got some great players here tonight. And I hope I'm up to the task of running this for all of you. This comes from the Stygian Fox book, Fear Sharp Little Needles. So we'll see how long this runs. This could be a fairly short evening, as each one of I think it's 26 scenarios in that anthology are all meant to be like little micro bursts to take up an evening's play. So we'll see how far this goes. It's a modern era scenario, and so I figured I'd start us off with we should go right down the line with who's playing tonight, and both who you are in real life, of course, and then who you'll be playing, and just give us a little bit of a snapshot of your character. The setup is that all of you have signed up one way or the other to go on an oceanic expedition, a one-day tagging expedition out into the Atlantic to tag sharks as part of a state fisheries program. So you can be from virtually any background. You can be a student, a professor, or someone that's just curious and wants to help defray the cost of the trip. Really any modern character will do that can conceivably be out on the ocean of a day. So with that in mind, I guess we'll start with, is it who's got that colorful spider picture there? Who is that?
That would be me. I'm Becky.
Hi, Becky. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, Becky. Thank you. So, Becky, who are you playing tonight?
My character is Alicia Carlisle. She's an aging TV meteorologist, and she's kind of hit that midlife. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to break into the bigs at this point. So she just decided to do like a little working vacation and maybe do something outside the box. And who knows, maybe pick up a story that will give her that one last push to get her on an anchor desk.
Excellent. Thanks, Becky. And then to your, well, I guess it'll be to your right or my right, we have Matt. Matt, who are you playing tonight?
I'm playing a dude named Dave Standish. He's a college student at University of Massachusetts who's a football player that's taking a science for athletes class. And he's trying to make up some credit. So he's going out to sea to look at some sharks, maybe come up with an idea for a paper.
Great. Okay. And after Matt, we have, let's see, Steve, I believe you're up next, or did I skip someone?
I don't know.
I know I've got it. I guess that's the Microphones of Madness logo there.
That'd be Rodney.
Oh, Rodney. Hello, Rodney.
Howdy.
Hi, Rodney. How are you?
Not bad.
Good. Rodney, who are you playing this evening?
I am playing Robert LeBlanc, a former oil rig worker and sailor.
Okay. Very good. All right. Oil rig worker. Just jotting this down real quick. Oil rig worker and sailor. Okay. Very good. And now we go on to Steve after Rodney.
I am Steve, and I'm playing Barnabas Fudge. He is a wealthy man who excels at nothing. And he is here because he can dive. He does all the diving, the best diving.
All right.
That name is right up there with Bigglesworth.
All right. And last, we have Lily. Lily, who are you playing tonight?
I am playing Mackenzie Mac Nielsen. She is a photographer that is doing a little bit of a working vacation herself. She figures she can be and take in the rays and enjoy the sea, as well as maybe get some good photography work done at this shark tagging and perhaps pick up some extra money on it.
Fantastic. Oh, that's great. All right, we have a great crew tonight. So as we get started, let me do a little bit of, I'm going to see if I can actually pull this off. Hang on. I'm going to see if I got a little prop action or something going on. So hold on one second. I got to jump away from the screen. Hang on.
Whoa. Look at that.
It's going to work.
Under the sea.
Oh my God!
All right, let's see here. Hang on.
Brian has an under the sea lighting effect for those of you listening.
Yeah.
It's wicked.
Okay. So I don't know if you can hear that. I got some.
It has the ocean waves.
It's very soothing.
Yeah, isn't that nice? Okay. So here's a little bit more of the setup here. So it's great white shark tagging season off of the Massachusetts coast. And all of you have signed up for a one-day outing. And you're all there for your various purposes. And I'm going to say that, Robert, you're actually a friend of the captain of a small craft called the Wave Dancer. The captain's name is Captain David Mascari, and he's an old buddy of yours. You guys have worked together at various, maybe on some oil rigs or maybe on some ships. But he's got himself a nice little gig now, where he's got himself this boat, and he takes tourists out of Salem, Massachusetts. And you help him. You pick up some money once in a while, working with him. So you're actually the first to arrive there that morning, Robert. It's you're all gathered. You've actually been there a couple extra hours early, Robert, working on the boat, getting it ready for the outing. But it's a fine summer's morning, and you're all on Salem's Pickering Wharf, and there to greet you by the docks would be Robert and his friend, the captain of the Wave Dancer, David Mascari, and then there's also a marine biologist from the State Fisheries Program, and her name is Dr. Erin Howie, and she's probably she's fairly young. You think she's probably in her early 30s. Captain Mascari is a little bit older than her, probably in his 40s. And Robert, how old are you?
That'd be 43.
43. Okay, so you're about the same age as Captain Mascari. And even though he's the captain, and you guys are friends, you're like, okay, this is his ship, it's his boat. It's only like a 24-foot long craft, so it's not a gargantuan boat by any stretch. It's just about going to accommodate all of you, plus of course Dr. Howie and the captain. So let me see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it just about accommodates the 7 of you as you get on board. Before you're allowed on the ship, Dr. Howie thanks all of you for your work that you're about to do. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's a nice day. And she thanks all of you for your willingness to be here. And she asks all of you, actually, Captain Mascari does, says, I have to ask, are all of you familiar with the basic safety protocols of being out on the water, the open water for the day?
Let me tell you, I've been in and out of boats my entire life. I can probably give you the rundown on the safety regulations for any size boat, from a single person craft all the way up to like a 27-foot yacht. So yeah, we're pretty familiar. But please go over it for them.
That's great, Mr. Fudge. Thank you.
It sounds like we could use a sailboat for this fella.
Yes, well, the Wave Dancer is of course, an engine-powered machine. Basically, you get a 20-minute sort of safety protocol lecture, basically on how to use your life rafts, not life raft, rather your life jackets, and how pretty much just to keep alert and just kind of a couple of points of interest about the Wave Dancer, just to watch out for certain parts of the ship. No one's to go near the radio or the engine room, that sort of thing. And after this 20 minutes of just basic practicing putting on a life vest, and he actually says anybody that wants to keep their life vest on can. Otherwise, we have to have them to hand, very readily available, in case we need them. But of course, we're not going to need them today. So as this is going on, this guy comes sort of shambling down the wharf, and you can smell the stink of alcohol and unwashed body as he that precedes him, and he's unshaven. Looks like he's worn the same clothes for a number of days, and he just kind of comes shambling up to your little group, and he says, "You can't go out there. Don't go out there." And he actually grabs Big Dave by the shirt. "Don't go. You can't go out there, man. You can't go out there." I don't know if Dave reacts or anything goes on.
Oh, me, yeah. Dude, what's your problem?
We went out there and it got us. The eye. And then he just kind of sort of shambles on, like kind of trips practically, and they just kind of wanders off, raving to everybody and nobody in particular.
The whole time that's been happening, Mackenzie's been snapping pictures of it.
Okay.
I'm gonna look over at the captain like, is that normal?
Oh boy,
No.
just spent too much time in the sun. That's all.
Yeah, Captain's kind of shaking his head kind of sadly. He says, "Yeah, that poor fella, name's Dave Wall. His ship went down about a month ago, and it capsized off Cape Ann, and he was the only one they were able to pull out of the water. Poor guy.
Be able to take a shower in the meantime.
What's the captain's name again?
His name is Captain Mascari, David Mascari.
How many Daves are in this? My character's named Dave.
Yeah, this guy. This
These
guy.
all the
that,
Daves I know?
Yeah, I guess so. This guy is his name is Wall. So
Okay.
yeah, but anyway, so those of you, as you guys are getting ready, as this poor guy just goes shambling off, you guys can make, if anyone has a cult, history, or library use and a smartphone, can put them to good use.
Well, I have a smartphone, but
I have both. With history
I've only
is
got
higher,
those
so I'll
with-
go with that.
I've only got
All right.
those at base. So.
I don't make it.
Okay. So you don't know what this guy's talking about. It got us, the eye. You have no idea.
Did you say that did you say something about cult? Or
Yeah, occult or occult, history, or library use with a smartphone.
well, I made a library use roll.
All right. So you do some quick flicking on the smartphone, and you actually come up with a a bit of a story from the Salem Evening News about this guy, this Captain, or not Captain Wall, this fisherman Wall. He's from Salem, which is where you are. Makes sense that he's wandering around, and that his ship went down. And when he was pulled out of the water, he was raving about some sort of sea monster that had wrecked their boat, and was just terrified of being in the water. So,
How long ago did that happen?
about a month ago.
Yikes.
So early summer.
Well, that
So
would explain why he's so ripe.
yeah. Dr. Howie says, it could have been anything out there that he, it could have been a whale that scared him, could have been a shark, could have been anything.
Mm.
So, all right. So you can make, if anybody wants to make any more, so you find out the Salem News article. If you want to make anybody else wants to make any other kind of a occult history or library use, a second one, that would be great. If you don't, that's fine. We'll just get on the boat.
Yeah, I can
can,
try again.
Sure.
Big Dave's gonna lean over to the
37, so
photographer.
I make the history roll.
Okay. And was it regular success, hard success?
It's regular success.
Regular success. Okay. Anybody else make anything?
No, my character was just gonna talk to Mackenzie real quick.
Okay. I'm just going to give this over to Mackenzie with, you remember with your knowledge of some of the history of the area, there have been sporadic and unverified reports of sea serpents in the waters off of Gloucester, Salem, Kingsport, and Beverly. You remember there was some story way back about some sort of a sea monster that was killed by local fishermen off of Martin's Beach back in 1922. And it was displayed at the time, supposedly, for paying gawkers on a dilapidated barge. And as soon as the thing was for several weeks that it was displayed. And then after that happened, a freak storm swamped the coast, sort of a microburst that had claimed numerous lives and dragged both the barge and the specimen out to sea. And neither the barge nor the specimen was ever recovered. So it's become something of a curious bit of New England folklore. So that's what you get with that. And go ahead, Dave, if you wanted to lean into Mackenzie, go for it.
I was just going to say to Mackenzie, hey, isn't that the weather lady from the Fox station? And point at Becky's character.
I'll be damned if it is.
What is she doing here?
The same reason I'm here. Maybe it's her vacation. Never know with those newspaper types. With those news types.
I don't know. Maybe we're going to be on the news. Do I look okay?
Yeah, you look fine. Do I? Mind you, Mackenzie's got an appearance of like she's got Max appearance because guess what I wrote.
Dave's completely average looking, aside from the fact from being 6'7" and just cut out of granite.
Bland Adonis.
Yeah,
Adonis.
pretty much.
You look like a Greek statue.
Yeah, with
And
no
just as
face.
dense.
Fell off of.
From the neck down. Upwards, you look like the guy that bags my groceries. I mean, he's just an everyman.
I go to Aldi. I bag my own grocery.
Yeah. He's just an average looking dude. He's just kind of just weird, dude. Wrap your head around.
Your obsession with him being average looking is the best.
Groceries come in bags.
What?
They
Yeah,
just
sometimes they're
prepare
paper,
in the
and sometimes they're
refrigerator.
plastic.
They just appear in the refrigerator, really.
Yeah, that's not how
So-
it works.
All right, so as you guys are talking about the mysteries of grocery shopping, you get on the boat, and you get out to sea, and the wave dancer slips past Beverly and Kingsport Head, and then it moves out into deeper waters, heading southeast towards the direction of the Cape, and soon the coastline is just a thin strip of gray in the distance. Dr. Howie goes over a lecture of while you're cruising along, talks to you about the program that you guys are all out here to help her tag great white sharks. That's what we're after today. And we're hoping to find some that haven't. We're either going to find ones that have already been previously tagged, we hope, and we can gather some data on them. And if we find any that have, we're going to try to tag those, so we can add the knowledge of their life and travels to the database. And then she sort of answers, if anyone has any sort of Q&A about any sort of the marine life in the area, she's happy to talk about that. She says that the seal population's been growing, and even the seals have been coming a bit further north. So they're actually able to take boats out of Salem instead of having to go all the way down to the Cape. They can actually launch from Salem and bag a few sharks that are a little bit northward of Wellfleet and Chatham, where a lot of them are usually found.
How exactly do you tag a shark?
I was just wondering that too, dude.
Well, she says what we do is we tend to look for with the seals, or failing that, we'll chum the waters a bit, and that usually will usually draw some attention.
You on some duty, big boy?
Oh yes, we're all going to get involved today. It's definitely, we're a small crew, and we need everybody to do what they can. So if we have to chum the waters, we will, and hopefully that will bring up some attraction from the sharks, and from there, when they get close enough, typically she motions. She's got this sort of couple of long-handled gaffs, and she's affixed them with these sort of bright yellow, looks like tags, like they look like long spears. They're like gaff hooks, but with like long, almost like spear-like. And she says, we go out and we don't go off the ship, of course. We lean out as best we can, and we give it a jab. In the dorsal fin, and we tag that. And if we can get them near to the boat, we sometimes we just try to scrape off a little bit of a skin sample. Doesn't hurt them, so we can check for bacteria, things like that. But we're not big enough, of course, to take the shark on board the boat and do more in-depth studies. We'd have to have a larger vessel for that and a larger team of scientists.
We should have brought a bigger boat.
Oh no, this is a 24-footer. We don't really get sharks. There might be a few out here that are that large, but that would be very, very surprising. That would be quite newsworthy. She says.
Mackenzie playfully punches Rodney's character in the arm.
Casting an eye towards Alyssa. Yes, quite newsworthy indeed. So.
Well, somebody out here fishing.
So anyway, you guys can head on out. It takes a couple hours. You're actually just on a beautiful cruise for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, as you go pretty much straight out and a little bit southward. So you're in sort of northern Cape waters. You've gone past Boston, and you're headed out. Dr. Howie and Captain Mascari explained that you're now out on the outer cape, to the point now where you can't even see land. And at this point, Dr. Howie says, "Well, it's." She looks around. She says, "Any sign of the sharks, Captain Mascari?" And he says, "No, I haven't seen any." So or seals. So she says, "Well, it's time to call up our friends. Who would like to help chum the waters?"
Yeah, I'll do it.
Well, yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so so she brings out and actually, Robert, you're going to have to help with this too, Captain Mascari. And she's Dr. Howie is she's pretty muscular. She's very athletic, and very kind of well, like, sturdily built. She's very practical. So she's very much she gets right in there, and she's definitely a hands-on biologist, not a theory type person, or a classroom type person. She's got her her t-shirt rolled up, and she's got her hands in the chum and everything. And so pretty much she brings out this copious amounts of these big white plastic buckets, just laden with this frothy red chum, full of fish bits and blood and all this. And also she brings out some tuna-laden bait crates. They look like two sort of plastic milk crates. And they've got some jugs, like some air jugs in there to keep them kind of floating. And then they've got like just stinky tuna, like lots of oily fish, big chunks of them in the bait crate. So everybody needs to. She's like, anybody wants to help, this is the practical part of the experience. So everybody starts. You guys start tossing the tuna crates and and start just big ladles of like coffee cans, like empty coffee cans of chum out in the water. And you're gonna get pretty messy. I mean, it's messy work because this stuff is just slopping all around, and the coffee cans are just that. So your hands and your arms are gonna get messy. So you've definitely been discovered. No sharks yet, but you've definitely been discovered by the seagulls, who noisily start enjoying the feast and making a big noise and big squawk. So it's not instantaneous. This takes you've been out now for a few hours. First traveling to this location, and now Captain Mascari has set the wave dancer in sort of a long, sort of slow, sort of gradually widening circle around this cloud of chum, this expanding cloud of chum that is in the water. And so an hour or two passes in this way. It's probably about mid-afternoon now, because it took a while to get out here, and now you're spending about an hour and a half or so chumming the waters. Everybody can make a spot hidden roll at this point.
Failed mine.
Okay.
07.
Fail mine.
Success.
Extreme success for me.
Nice.
Made it.
Nice. All right. Those of you that made it, especially Mackenzie, who happened to be looking out in that direction, you notice something large and dark break the surface of the water. You would estimate maybe 40 yards away. Seems to be nudging one of the bait crates.
Instinctively has her camera up and is trying to get a better look at it.
Well, we got a bite.
Looks like it. It's right that way. Something real big and dark under the crate.
Hey, Doc, I think we got one over there.
All right. And as you zoom in with your telephoto lens, Mackenzie, to try to get a better shot, you in fact see there's a dorsal fin. Soon everybody, you see it first through the lens, but then everybody sort of sees this massive dorsal fin penetrates the chum slick. before it just sort of slips beneath the waves again. And Captain Mascari starts to maneuver the boat closer to the animal.
I'm gonna start
So-
up the video on my phone, see if I can get like a little like motion film of this.
Sure. Excellent. So as the wave dancer is nearing this animal, suddenly there's a large thump underneath the boat, and it actually just it hits the boat so hard that the boat rears up several feet in the air, just bam, and everybody needs to make a dex roll.
I fall flat on my ass.
Okay.
Fall flat on your ass. I passed
I am
69.
fine.
That would
Alright.
be an extreme success.
I made mine hard.
That means I
Awesome.
didn't drop my phone. Woo!
Nope, the phone stays in your hands. So who failed?
I did. I almost got thrown out of the boat. I rolled 99.
Oh my god. Oh, 99. All right. All right. So Dave, you failed, and then I got Barnabas, you failed as well.
Yeah.
All right. I need you guys to make luck rolls.
I failed that.
Okay. How about Big
fa-
Dave?
Failed too.
All right. Each of you takes. You can roll a 1d2 for yourselves. If you both land really hard on the deck, maybe you hit something angular, or you bang the railing, or land on something, your keys or something.
Oh, geez, kid, are you okay?
So Captain Mascari, he's like, what the hell was that? And he has like, Robert, we better check the ship. Because it was a
Captain.
hard hit.
I'll go below deck, check it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
seems
I
to
bet
have
it's one of
landed
those
on my
sea
credit
monsters.
cards.
Ooh. Kenzie
I'll
said
be-
she's helping
I'll be right back.
Ha ha. Very quick.
right.
us.
All right, Robert, you check the down underneath there in the hull and the engine and all that, and check for damage. Doesn't appear to be any damage that you can see. Gratefully, Captain Mascari is just checking for anything that may have rolled overboard. Everything seems to be lashed down pretty well. He's kind of muttering under his breath that there's no known like rocks or anything that could be that. So anyway, Robert, you come back up, and the captain quizzes you. Is everything all right down there, Robert?
Everything seemed just fine.
All right, good. So at this point, okay, you're getting closer and closer as the captain then yells to everybody, "The boat seems fine, everybody. Robert and I have checked it out. Boat seems fine. You guys all right?"
Honky dory.
Nah,
Anybody need any
it
first-
landed on my credit card.
Oh, that's a shame. Anybody need any first aid?
Why, yes.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. So Captain Mascari will attempt, unless anybody else wants to try this on their friends. Or
I
their-
got
their-
some.
I
First
can
aid.
first aid somebody if somebody needs it.
yeah, it's just a 1d2. So pretty much just pulling the first aid kit off the side of the boat and trying to use it on your friends,
All right.
newfound friends.
I wouldn't go that far, Chef.
Did you take one? I take the other one.
Sure, I got the big boy. I got 18.
All right. Well, I'm Mr. Crotchety over here, and I got him. Yeah, I made it normal.
Fantastic. So that I believe that heals a point of damage to anybody that got scraped up.
I believe you are correct.
Massage their bruised egos while you were at it.
I don't want him getting the wrong ideas.
This y'all's first time on a boat?
No, I think I explained previously that I grew up on boats, in and out of boats. Anything from a single-masted, one-person sailing boat to a 25-foot yacht. At home on all of them equally.
Clearly.
Maybe you would have done better if you were wearing flippers.
All right. So at this point, despite the jolt, the wave dancer has moved ahead to where the shark still seems to be by the bait crate.
Bait crate, bait crate, bait crate.
All right. Everybody takes up the chant. At least Dr. Howie does. She's all excited. She's got a lot of enthusiasm. Although, as you get to the shark and the bait crate, you can tell that something isn't quite right about the shark. Even those of you that aren't sort of super familiar with sharks, it just seems to be bumping its nose into the bait crate, which perhaps that's normal enough, but it just seems to be almost stationary. Like it's not circling, it's not diving, it's just sort of kind of bobbing up and down and nudging the bait crate in a most unshark-like manner.
Mackenzie's got her camera back out.
Okay.
Is it dead?
You guys can make spot hidden rolls.
Oh, I made that one. Yay.
Yeah, I made
I
mine
made
too.
No.
Yes.
Okay. If you made it, you can discern despite the chummy water and the swells and everything, you can see what looks like a yellow identifier tag affixed at the base of the shark's dorsal fin when that pops up every now and again. So as the boat rolls up into the area, it actually pulls up alongside the animal, which actually rolls in the water, exposing a massive bite wound in its abdomen.
Ooh.
Holy shit.
It's Megalodon.
Yeah, I was joking about the sea monster thing. Mackenzie says to nobody in particular.
It does appear that most of its midsection has been torn away, and the animal is quite dead, just as Big Dave had surmised. So Dr. Howie does want to haul the shark next to the wave dancer to give it some kind of forensic examination. And actually, at this point, let's see. Everybody can make a no roll at this point, which would be, I guess, an education roll. Used to be a no roll.
Oh no, I don't know anything.
I made that.
I got that at normal.
Okay.
Holy crap! I'd double aught. That's 100, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I think I just fell unconscious for no reason.
You got a nosebleed.
You have forgotten everything you know about sharks.
You forgot who you were for a few minutes there.
I saw the shark guts and just fainted.
So those of you that did pass that roll, you remember hearing some scattered media reports from earlier in the season that some of the big sharks in these waters have been found dead. And there was no sort of verdict on what had been killing them, whether it was disease or some other predators, or if they there was even one report, you remember that a rogue great white had been hunting others of his kind, but other calmer heads are saying, well, no, it might be some kind of disease. And then once sharks are scavengers, so if one of them dies, a lot of times they'll get cannibalized. So anyway, but there's been a couple of dead sharks that have turned up. A couple of them have washed up on the beaches. A couple of them have been found by fishermen. So it's notable when a big animal like this sort of shows up dead. So you remember that there were some reports from earlier in the year. So anyway, so the Captain Howie, not Captain, Dr. Howie needs a couple of people to use the gaff hooks to try to hook the big fish and pull it next to the boat.
Come on,
I'll
big
do
boy.
that.
All right.
I'll do that. I've fished a lot.
Yeah, I'll pitch him.
Photographing the whole thing. This is intriguing to her. That's why she didn't get the knowledge roll.
Mhm.
She's really wrapped
I'm gonna stand there and supervise for a second because these are the same two fellas that just fell over.
I'm gonna ask Dr. Howie. Are these tags that you put on the sharks? Do they have like are they radio? I mean, do they track like the movements of the animals? Would you be able to find out where this came from?
We might be able to. A lot of our tags are radio tags, so yeah, we could probably find out when we get back to shore. We might be able to find out where it's traveled to and in the last few weeks, but don't have that information readily to hand right now. But we can take some of the other data right off the tag, and but that's definitely a good call. We'll see if we can pull up some of the radio data when we get back to land. So the gentleman, you managed to hook the shark after a little bit of flailing, and leaning over the water and the rails and over the ocean. You pull it aside, and Dr. Howie, I guess, reaches down and takes the tag off with a small tool. And after examining it, she identifies the shark as Albert, an 18-foot male tagged about 2 years ago off the coast of Wellfleet, Massachusetts. Does anybody have biology or zoology?
I can tell you that chemical makeup of that shark, but that ain't not anything else like that.
It's all kinds of full of shark atoms.
Yep. Yep.
So that's I'll take that as a nobody has any of that stuff.
No, my ology is more toward the sky.
Right.
I can beat it up.
I once played a shark in high school in the school play.
Were you left shark at
Yes,
Katy Perry extravaganza?
No, it was a role written especially for me in our production of Peter Pan.
Oh, right. Okay.
Snow sharks and
This man got some fish stories like you wouldn't believe.
So, the bite radius, Dr. Howie kind of, as best she can, she takes out some measuring tools and she says that looks like it doesn't look like a bunch of different little bites that have been taken out of Albert after he was killed. In other words, it doesn't look like a bunch of different fish kind of feasted on the wound and made it larger. It looks like a single bite. And it's an astonishing 49 inches. And based on this, she thinks that the animal that killed Albert would have to be between 48 and 52 feet long.
Like the megalodon.
Very large. Yes, very large. She says not even the biggest orca runs so large. But of course, the megalodons are extinct.
You know, I was watching something on one of the channels, Discovery, so it has to be true. And they say that there's a possibility that megalodons do indeed swim the earth.
No, I'm sorry to disagree with you, Mr. Fudge, but that's
Doctor, it was on cable TV. I think if we can't trust a channel like the Discovery Channel to inform the public of science, who can we trust?
I think we can. Oh, go ahead. Yes.
Right. Anyway, as far-fetched as what Mr. Fudge is saying, it's not like this kind of stuff isn't out of the question for the area. I mean, there was that incident with Martin's Beach all those years ago, but you know, periodically things turn up dead here that can't really be explained because there shouldn't be anything that big here.
Oh yeah, and the Martin's Beach was probably a whale. Mr. Fudge, I can assure you that there are no megalodons in these waters. We have large we have large great white sharks like Albert here, but we don't have.
And what's Albert's bite?
What's that?
What's Albert's bite radius?
Albert's bite radius would probably
Drops
be.
The mic. Drops the mic.
Very good, Mr. Fudge. Very good. Very good.
Just saying.
You
Right,
are quite the scientist there, boy.
Like I said, I'm not a scientist or anything, but there tends to be something that what people say they see.
Well, I can tell you this, she says, based on this injury, I would say that this kill is quite fresh. Albert, I would surmise, has been dead less than 15 minutes to a half an hour.
You know, about the same amount of time it took us to get bumped by something really large.
I'm sure we just must have hit an unmarked rock or something. Right, Captain Mascari? And he's like,
I turned to the newscaster and I looked dead in their camera. You're getting this on film, right? Because we're totally about to turn into a found footage horror movie.
I'll try to hold my camera a little bit steadier.
How long have we been out here?
You've been out here for probably about 4 hours, because it took about 2 hours to get out, and then you've been kind of patrolling the waters for.
And what's the weather like?
The weather's pretty decent. Pretty decent. It's middle of summer.
Front moving in from the west that could affect us out this far because it's going to cool off as it comes across the ocean. And oh, wait, were you just making conversation?
Well, I was just wondering because, you know, we only been out here 4 hours. It's a perfectly nice day. And some of y'all talking like y'all been in the sun for about 3 weeks.
Oh, shit.
It probably, they whale out here in this part of the ocean. And we might have just hit a whale.
Exactly.
I'll be right. I'm just saying there's stories.
That's a lot.
What, you never hit a whale before?
Is that
No.
well, I mean, I'm sorry. When I was on Les Moonves' booze cruise, we pretty much stayed in the bay. And you want to talk about sharks? Don't even get me started.
Yeah, I think we got one of them right here on this boat.
So, well,
Are we seeing any more sharks out there?
Actually, at this point, yeah, you're looking. You look around, Dave. You're asking to see if there's any more sharks in the area.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, Captain Mascari is looking around, and everyone's looking around. Dr. Howie is still taking samples from the shark. She's scraping off pieces of its skin and all this, and looking at the injury. You all can make listen rolls at this point.
Listen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can't make it.
Yeah, I'm deaf.
That's not supposed to happen.
Or anything.
I made it.
All right, Mr. Fudge made it.
It's not supposed to happen.
more of the visual sort. So yeah.
Mr. Fudge, you think you hear an eerie, unearthly, keening call originating from somewhere under the water. I need you to make a sanity roll.
If there was ever a sound that a megalodon would make, I think this would be it.
Crap.
Oh, I nailed the sanity roll though.
Okay.
I was
Success.
muted, but I made the listen roll. Does that mean I have to do that?
Oh, yes, you heard it as well.
So so that I've got to roll below where I'm at right now. Is that
Yes.
okay? And that I at least managed.
Okay. So nobody loses any sanity, but the two of you, while the others are busy either talking amongst themselves or helping Dr. Howie or maybe helping the captain, the two of you definitely heard this weird, strange call from underneath the waves.
Well, you're a scientist, right? Meteorologist is a scientist, right?
Yes.
Wouldn't you say that sounds like it could be a megalodon?
Not the same.
Sir,
It's not the same.
in what
Field of
world
study.
do you even know what one of those would sound like?
Well, I mean, if you were to picture what one would sound like, it could be that, right? As a scientist.
It could be. I guess I can't rule that out.
See? I'm telling you, I think we're facing a megalodon.
I'm gonna stop recording and back it up and try to replay it for the other people in the
Okay.
muted area.
Right.
See if they can. If it, I don't know if the sound on my phone was good enough to pick it up or.
Give me a luck roll.
Where do I keep my luck? Oh, there it is.
In your pocket.
Oh, nope, just beefed it.
Okay. So it was too I don't know what the word would be, but the microphone was not sensitive enough to pick up the sound.
Too much ambient noise or whatever.
However, you notice that well, you can make psychology rolls at this point, oddly enough.
Oh. Hey.
Who?
All of you can actually.
Are we psychologizing?
Yeah, just a
I made mine. I made mine. What's my psychology? No, I didn't. I just thought I put points in that. I didn't.
All right. Anybody make it?
Dude.
Okay.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Yes,
Completely
yes. Okay. So you notice though that you do notice that Dr. Howie is just sort of gripping the railing. Maybe Big Dave, you were looking for other sharks, and you're standing next to Dr. Howie, and she's just kind of standing there, looking out at the water. She's got her hands sort of gripping the rail, and she's just sort of looking. She almost seems kind of a little bit confused, maybe a little bit agitated. You know, it's a different. You know, it's not. She's a little different than she was a little while ago. And as you're noticing this, the Wave Dancer's radio crackles to life. There is a distress call coming in over the radio. So, Roberto, you want to get that for me? Says Captain Mascari. He's gone over to he's gone over to Dr. Howie. Like, you all right?
I'll go up to the radio. This
All
is
right.
SS Wave Dancer. Who out there?
This is the Coyote out of where is it? Oh, sorry. This is the Coyote out of Gloucester. We've got some problems over here. We've got one of our outboard motor has quit. I got one crew. I got two crew. I got one adult and one child.
What's your current position?
And he relays the position. And you realize, Roberto, it's about 2 miles from the Wave Dancer, making your craft the closest able boat to get to them.
We got to go, Cap.
All right. At this point, Mascari comes over and he says, all right, let's point it in that direction. Dr. Howie, release that shark carcass. And she's like, what? Oh, right. So, okay, everybody, we got to get going. So Albert is released from the gaff hooks as Roberto and the captain point the Wave Dancer in the direction of this disabled craft.
Fare thee well, Albert.
Yes, fare thee well.
As
All right.
an aside, the captain of the Coyote kind of sounds like Bane.
Indeed.
We're stranded out here on the ocean.
I do say we're in a bit of a fight. So, all right. So you head over to you're heading to this other craft. Would anyone like to make a spot hidden roll at this point?
Sure.
Of course, always spotting.
I will not.
Not this time though.
I think my monocle fell out.
That's a fail. I think I got some spray in my eyes.
I got it.
Oh, okay. All right. So the meteorologist got it. You happen to glance back at Albert as you guys are now plunging through the water towards the direction of this ailing craft, the Coyote. And as you are moving away from Albert's floating remains, you notice that the entire huge carcass of the dead shark suddenly vanishes beneath the waves, as if something just pulls it right down, and all trace of this huge shark is just gone, just like that.
Oh, so just
And
snatched it down into the water.
something, yeah, just gone.
Albert, I told you to fare thee well. You didn't listen.
And I will need you, because you saw it, everyone else was looking forward. You were looking back. So, Elisa, so you will need to make a sanity roll as you see this huge animal just yanked underneath the water by something.
Apparently, I know enough, or I don't know enough, for that to really bother me, because I nailed the hell out of that.
Okay. So you do not lose.
That's weird. That shark sunk.
Just weird.
Sharks do that, apparently.
Dropped. Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't
Well-
dead.
If you pop the swim bladder,
I'm gonna pop your swim bladder.
Oh my! I didn't know this was that sort of cruise.
So a couple of miles later, the Wave Dancer comes up on a smaller boat, and you can see as you're headed that way, you can see there's some shouting and arm waving going on from the pilot of the Coyote.
I'm gonna start videoing again. This might be just what I need.
Okay.
I'm gonna check my pistol.
Okay.
Because there might be some Somali pirates out here.
Somali pirates and megalodons in Cape Cod waters. Awesome. So, yeah, you get to this smaller craft, and you notice it appears to be an elderly man, probably in his early 60s, with a young boy. And
oh my.
So there's as you pull up, there's a family resemblance. It looks like maybe a grandfather and grandson out on the water for the day. So, in fact, Mr. Fudge, you might know this pair, given your connections. So you can give me a I guess it'd be like a no roll.
I make that. I
Okay.
actually make that hard.
Nice. All right, you know this guy. You know that this guy's name is Bill Vogel, and he's a nice old duffer. He belongs to one of the area yacht clubs. You have memberships in several Massachusetts yacht clubs, and he's a nice old guy. And you vaguely recall that he's got a grandson, and that's who this must be.
Billy?
Actually, it's Peter, says old Bill. I'm so glad you guys are here. And as the two boats converge, it's apparent that something extraordinary has happened. Tied to the side of the Coyote is an elongated, scaly, serpentine thing.
I thought you were going to say a roadrunner.
This thing is got to be 20 or 30 feet long. It looks like just like a huge sea snake that they've got. And near the thing's gill slits sprout two tiny forelegs, while its head features a huge mouth brimming with teeth nearly the size of a man's hand. Most astonishingly, the creature has a single cyclopean eye set in the center of its head. There's a large fishing hook that pokes from the thing's maw, while its body appears to be riddled with what appears to be gunshot wounds.
It's my kind of fishing.
What the hell is that?
Probably something that swam through the Deepwater Horizon.
Yes.
It gives you that look of what the fuck are you talking about, and then immediately starts taking pictures again.
Well, my son Peter and I, we were out here fishing and deep sea fishing, hoping for some tuna or maybe some bluefish, and we hooked this thing. And as soon as we hooked it, it began attacking the ship like it was smart or something. So we were taking on a lot of water, and that thing was thrashing about, something terrible, making a terrible keening noise. Yeah, so Grandpa shot it, says little Peter. And Bill says, yeah, I keep a 30-06 on board, but I've never had to use it till now. And yeah, there you go.
Hey, Doc, what would you say the bite radius on this thing is?
Or it's daddy or mama.
I don't think this thing's, well, she like leans over and she appears to be a little stunned at the sight of this. Almost like she's a little bit in a kind of almost like a fugue state. And as she kind of cranes over to look at the thing's mouth, a couple of things happen. First, I need people to make spot hidden rolls.
Oh, I made that.
No.
I made it as well.
Dang, yeah.
All right. Those of you that make it, as she cranes her neck over to look at the head of this thing, you notice along the doctor's neck are a series of subcutaneous scars. They appear to be dark and almost like pulsing horizontal lines. They're now visibly kind of running along the side of her neck. as she kind of reaches out, kind of cranes out her neck, and the t-shirt she was wearing, or the collared short sleeve shirt she was wearing, she stretches out, and you see that her eyes are kind of bugged out a little bit. She's got these kind of scarring around her neck, which is a little odd. She
Well, if
pierced.
I didn't know better, Doc, I'd say you had that Innsmouth look.
What in the what now?
Don't worry
the
about
what?
it. Your hair looks pretty.
All right. And then as she reaches for the thing, it thrashes again. Apparently, it's still alive. As it almost takes her hand off, like she jerks her hand away. As the thing keeps, as now it's kind of mewling piteously. It sort of snaps at her hand, and it's kind of mewling a little bit. And it's definitely that same eerie call that some of you heard earlier.
Billy, I think you need to get the 30-06 back out.
No need. Blam!
Wait.
All right. So that's Roberto.
Yes, sir.
All right, take a shot.
That is normal success on handgun.
Nice. Roll damage.
All right. I got a big handgun. What is it?
I think I've lost my ocean waves. My ocean.
That's 9 total.
All right. Blam. So you
Blood and water.
psychedelic.
It's blood in the water, guys.
There's my ocean. All right. Put my ocean back. All right. There we go. So all right. Nice shot, Roberto. So you shoot her right in the eye, and with a last hideous screech, it sort of shudders and then goes still. Everybody needs to make a sanity roll just for seeing this thing and just hearing the noise and all the whole thing.
No, I'm not okay with what you just
I made
did
it.
at all.
Nope. Fail.
Okay. Those of you that failed can roll a D4 sanity loss. If you pass, you don't lose anything.
Oh man, I took the full 4.
Ouch.
What the hell are you doing?
Hey, you saw it. They tried to bite a hand off.
Have you not heard the fucking stories? What if this is just like Martin's Beach? You just fucking doomed us.
What the hell are you talking about?
The thing, what if that wasn't full grown? What if it has a mother?
Then it probably take 2 or 3 more shots.
I lost a full 4, so Mackenzie's just like, fuck, and just walks off.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Old Evangeline here got it covered.
Of course, he named his gun.
Not just any name,
There's
Evangeline.
no open carry in Massachusetts,
I ain't from Massachusetts.
but you're in Massachusetts.
All right. As you guys start to debate gun law, you notice, especially, it was. Let me see. Mackenzie, you go storming off. You notice that there's another sound now, but this one's coming from Dr. Howie. She's creating something of a spectacle now on the ship. She's sort of gesticulating over the gunwale of the boat. You would
Now
almost
the whales have guns.
Yes, the whales have guns.
they're killer whales.
Oh, the pain. The pain.
So she's sort of gesticulating over the gunwale, and she's crooning. You would almost imagine in an attitude of prayer or like a chant of some kind, and her eyes seem more saucer-like than ever, and she's just making these hand motions and doing these weird ululations across the water.
Billy,
That's weird.
Doc?
Billy, you got
That is
any
very
you got any
weird.
booze on your yacht over there?
I got a couple of buds.
I think the doctor over here could use a couple of buds.
Yeah.
Doc,
We
are
got
you
ourselves a
okay?
sea monster. We killed a sea monster, says little Peter. All right.
Yeah, Mackenzie's like gingerly going towards the doctor. Are you okay?
She doesn't seem to really acknowledge you. She's just sort of in her own little world now.
Yeah, Mackenzie was freaked out before. She's super fucking freaked out now. It's like, I think we should go. Yeah, I think we
Doc.
should leave.
Doc, let's take you downstairs, get you a beer, calm down, we'll get
Beer.
out of here. I think we can probably write a paper about the megalodon that's attached to that ship.
Is she gonna be okay?
Yeah, she seems pretty much oblivious to all of you now. She's making these weird hand gestures and these.
Well, I'm
odd
gonna actually
cries.
like put my arm around her and try and guide her down.
Okay. She will resist. She's not going to resist violently, but she's going to. You'll have to do more than just guide her. You'll have to almost kind of put your weight into it and try to.
I can do that.
Okay. So let me see. This would be a. I guess this would be a. No, it's
Probably
not really.
maneuver.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not really combat, but it could be a combat maneuver. She's going to. She's not going to fight back. She's essentially going to try to dodge. I mean, she's not trying to hurt you. She's just trying to stay in place. So, if you want to give me a fight or unarmed maneuver roll, she does not have any kind of build or anything like that.
Mine is +1.
Okay.
I can't remember if that gives me
I don't think it gives you a bonus die. I think if you just
prevents her from having one.
Yeah. I think she would take a penalty die if she's trying to do the same thing to you.
Right. Oh, I rolled a 10, which is
Nice.
It's a hard success.
All right. So you easily, you kind of move with the motion of the ship, and even though she's trying to resist you, almost half aware of you, you can get her away from the side of the ship. And as you do this, another alien cry, this one much more powerful than the previous emanations, erupts from underwater into the air, as if in answer to Dr. Howie's strange song, or perhaps the mewling cry of the other animal. I need everyone to make a sanity roll, as this sound is, everybody hears it. There's no listen roll needed or anything like this.
Woo!
Made it.
Thank
it.
God I made it.
Hot one.
All right. Everybody made it. Awesome.
The hell was that?
All right. As you look down into the water, he's like, what the hell was that? And you look out. You can see at this point, I think it was, well, this was back at the earlier scene. Big Dave, the football player, was looking for sharks. As you guys look down into the water, you can see now several sharks that have actually, it looks like they were actually moving into the carcass of that, whatever's tied up to the coyote. But as soon as that cry happens, they sort of break off and take off. And from below, something smashes into the coyote, the boat that's next to yours, that one that Bill and little Peter, are still on. And it's such a collision that I need everybody to make a dex roll on the Wave Dancer as well, as the two boats are kind of knocked together as the something hits the coyote really hard.
I fall again.
Okay.
Yeah, so do I.
I forget the luck spend rules for normal Call of Cthulhu.
It's 1-to-1.
1 to
Yeah.
1. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll spend 5 to make it.
Excellent. All right. So Mr. Fudge falls. Big Dave falls. How about everybody else?
I
Stands
made
around?
mine extreme.
Nice. All right, you grab a railing. So when that happens, you fall down. Dr. Howie goes rushing right back to the railing and repeats or continues her her chant or whatever it is. I need the two of you that fell. Again, I need you to make a luck roll to see if you just...
Oh, I made the luck roll.
All right. And Big Dave, how'd you
Can
do?
I spend luck points on my luck roll?
No.
No, I fail by 5.
All right. Ooh,
I
okay.
really
Well,
fail.
Big Dave, you take another 1d2 points of damage as you hit your head on something going down.
The ship is kicking my ass.
Yeah, Barnabas, you just lose like a really nice pair of sunglasses that go flying like overboard.
My Oakleys.
Yeah, like you had a nice
He
pair of
would wear
sunglasses.
fucking Oakleys, wouldn't he?
You know he would.
Ray-Bans? I don't know.
No, he's definitely enough of a douche to wear Oakleys.
Because he had it turned around on the back of his head.
No, he had him on top of his baseball cap,
Oh, there you go.
flipped over.
All right.
You boys really
Well-
need to find your sea legs.
Yeah, the you don't get hurt, but your nice sunglasses go into the drink. And you notice now, poor Bill Fogel and Peter are scrambling, trying to get into the larger ship from the smaller ship, as they've recovered themselves from the shock of the impact, and they're trying to get that the two boats are kind of bumping into one another, not enough to do real damage to the wave dancer, but the smaller ship now is water's coming over the edges and such, and
Mackenzie rushes to try to help them.
Yeah, can I try to get up and go and help too?
yeah, so you guys can I guess that would be a who's grabbing who, because Peter's tiny.
I'd be reaching for Peter then.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go for the old guy.
Mackenzie's
Okay.
not very big herself.
Okay,
Well,
so it would
hey,
just be a go ahead.
Does Billy have his gun?
Bill, his gun is still somewhere on the Coyote.
I'm gonna go and try and get his gun.
Okay, so all
We're
right.
gonna go into the sinking ship to try to find the gun.
Yep.
And it is a bit of a chaotic scene as the two boats are kind of like bumping and you know it's rough. So in the order that of described, we'll go with, I think, Mackenzie, you're going to try to get the little kid up. So it's going to be the better of either a dex or a strength. I'll give you the benefit of whichever one you can either use finesse or just try to pure oomph to try to lift him.
finesse it.
Okay.
Yeah, make that. That's a regular success.
Okay, cool. He's like 7, so you can handily just pull him right up with a little bit of finesse and get him, up onto the bigger ship. And then I think it was Big Dave, the football player, was going to try to grab Grandpa
Yeah.
Bill.
I'm not using finesse. I'm just
Okay.
gonna chuck him onto the.
All right.
Right.
His size is a 60, so it is going to be a hard roll because it's his value is over a 50. So I believe that because it's a 60, so you need like a hard.
Well, my size is 70.
Okay.
I mean,
So I
I'm
think-
I'm still bigger than him. So,
Yeah, but you still have to up to 50. It's a regular success. So you don't roll opposed checks. It's like that's the.
Oh, I got you. Ooh, geez. I'm gonna push it.
Okay. If you push it, what's the consequence of failure? Let's see. It might be that he pulls you down into the smaller boat
Okay.
in his panic. If you fail.
God damn! I rolled
Get
this
the gun
exact same
while
thing
you're doing it.
again.
All right.
I rolled
So
81 twice.
wow. Okay. So you go to the deck is slippery. The boats are banging around, and he's panicking, and he just grabs you in like this death grip. And instead of you pulling him up, he pulls you over the railing of the wave dancer, and you fall with him, like back onto the to the smaller ship, the Coyote, I am going to need you to make another luck roll to avoid a bit of damage.
Can I try to fall on him?
Um,
I'm a little irritated. Okay, I made my luck roll.
all right, so you don't like get hurt or anything, but you're just like in a big heap with the old guy in the. And you were gonna, I believe, Mr. Fudge, you were gonna jump over there as well. All this
Yeah.
is happening very quickly.
I'm trying to grab that 30-06.
All right, just give me a dex roll to get from one ship to the other, one
Sure.
boat to the other.
I missed that. Oh no, I made that. I'm sorry. Nope, I missed it.
Okay.
My glasses.
Do you want to
Like
spend
that?
luck or push?
You know what? I will spend the 16 points of luck to get there.
Okay. Probably a good idea because you were headed right for the water.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
All right. So you tumble into the other boat. It's sort of an ungainly. You almost fall in the water as the two ships kind of part one moment, but then you kind of catch yourself and you're able to kind of ungracefully tumble into the Coyote, where Big Dave and Old Bill are still just picking themselves up.
Y'all need to stop fucking around. We can't take much more of this banging.
He's right. So little Peter is like, "Come on, Grandpa, come on!" And the grandfather is clearly kind of panicked. You know, he's in a bit of shock. He's experienced a lot in the last little bit, so he's trying to get up to the well. He wants to get up to the bigger ship. He's going to need some help.
Yeah. Mackenzie yells over the side, "Calm down, take a deep breath, refocus." And she starts trying to help.
You're
him
doing
too.
fine. You're doing fine.
If you
We're
have
all fucking going
psychoanalysis,
to die, but no.
if you have psychoanalysis, you can try to calm him down enough to like talk him
I don't have
down.
psychoanalysis. I have.
Okay, so you're gonna. Is it Mackenzie gonna try to lift
Yeah.
him up? Okay. Again, it's going to be either finesse or strength, and it's versus his size. He has a size of 60, so it's kind of like his size is working against you.
Yeah, he's
Um,
bigger than me, but I'm gonna
Can I try to attempt to help in this manner by using one of the gaff hooks to kind of hold the help?
I was going to try
Yeah.
and boost him up from underneath. On
All
the
right.
ship.
Yeah. So with all the
Push him.
help, yeah, with Big Dave pushing and Robert with the gaff hook, give yourself a. Actually, that'll just bring it down to a regular difficulty. It was going to be a hard difficulty probably, but if it was going to be hard for you, it's now regular. If it was going to be regular, give yourself a bonus die.
Yeah, let's try and finesse him up. It's probably gonna be hard, so let's go with reg. Yeah, I make that. Keep moving my character sheet. I make that hard.
All right. So you handily, with the help of the gaff hook and Big Dave pushing the seat of his pants, you get him up to the larger ship, or up and over, and he's a little bumped up and bruised, but he's basically okay, and he's grateful, and the little guy is happy to have his grandpa. He's like, "You saved Grandpa." And then we've got Big Dave and we've got Mr. Fudge.
Yeah,
still
I
down on the
immediately look
Coyote.
at Bill and go, "Could you help me get the one that was trying to help you the first time?"
I'm okay. I'm going to jump for it and then try and climb up. Like,
All right. So do you have jump, or how are you going to do it?
well,
What
I
do you
got
think?
jump.
Okay.
Oh, I got jump.
So,
Yeah, I make it easily.
all right. So you just launch. You just do like one of those football, like just jump over the linebacker's vault
Hmm.
and get yourself handily onto the wave dancer. What about Mr. Fudge? What's going on?
Do I have the gun?
Do you have the gun? Yes, you spot the gun. It's a small boat, so it's easy to just grab it.
All right. I
And
grab the
so-
gun.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna try and get back on board.
Okay, are you going to climb? Are you going to jump? What are you going to do?
I guess.
Or is someone going to try to haul him up? Or
I could try to do either of those things.
Whatever you have the better chance of success, either a climb
Both the
or
same. I
a
have them
jump.
up both at base.
Okay.
I'll just try and climb up, I guess,
Okay.
carefully. Nope.
All right. Are you gonna?
Danger drama aside, it's still just a nice sunny afternoon out.
Yeah, it's still a decent day.
The irony.
Yeah. So
I could try and push the roll, I guess.
up to you.
I mean, what happens if I don't make it?
If you push,
No. If I push, I'm obviously going into the water. But if I
Right.
just fail, what am I doing?
let's see. You failed your climb, so you're just sort of you keep trying to get purchase on the other ship, but every time you like try to grab a hold, you're for the moment you're kind of stuck on the Coyote as it's kind of drifting now a little bit away from the other ship. It's sort of
That's fine. I say a little help.
I'm holding the gas stick.
I'll reach down and try to help
all right.
lug him
So-
up again. If I wind
so-
up back on that stupid boat,
So with that, you'll have a bonus. You'll have a bonus die because you got a gaff stick and you've got Big Dave like trying to reach down and what we'll do is we'll have you try to make a climb
holding
roll
on
with
to
a
Big
bonus,
Dave, trying to make sure he doesn't fall back over.
and then so we'll
tie
essentially
off.
give you the climb with a bonus, and then if you flunk that, we'll see if Big Dave can do something to save the day.
All right. I made it
Oh, cool.
with the
All right.
bonus die.
So with the bonus die, which is thanks to Big Dave and the gaff hook, they get because you're trying to like hold on to that. And you're also trying to climb with the 30-odd six. Where you get maybe that slung over your
Yeah, I figured it slung over my back.
yeah. So you scramble. You're wet with sea spray and water and everything. You didn't fall in, but it's a lot of water in the Coyote. And just as you're scrambling back on board the Wave Dancer and everybody's helping you, the Coyote has drifted away now a few feet. The whole thing is dragged beneath the waves. It just down. Even with the thing that was lashed to it, everything just goes down into the water. And it's still pretty chaotic scene. So everybody can make a hard spot hidden roll. It has to be a hard spot hidden.
Oh no.
Nope.
No, sir.
I made that actually.
Okay.
So that is that's my hard.
Okay. So everybody else, you all noticed everything. The Coyote just go down beneath the waves with a suddenness that's alarming. But Mackenzie, you see an impossibly large set of jaws clamped onto the bottom of the Coyote and just pulled the whole thing down. You saw something large and dark and just clamped right on it and just brought it down as if it was a toy boat. And you need to make a sanity roll.
Oh no, I rolled 100.
All right. Awesome. You can roll another D4 for yourself.
That's another 3.
All right. How we doing with that 20%? You're not anywhere near that, right?
I don't know. It's, mine is 50. Like I had 50 sand and I'm down to 43.
50 sand. I think you're safe. Trying to remember what the temporary rule is. I think you're okay.
What is it, like 20% at a single roll?
No,
It's-
no.
It's
Yeah,
like
No.
it's like one
20%.
game.
I'm not quite there yet. I got 3 more to go, and then I'll be there.
3 more to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Mackenzie's fucking screaming, "Oh my god! I told you it was real! I told you it was real!" And she is like backed into the ship as far as she can get. We
Okay.
need to go! It's gonna eat us! It's gonna eat us!
All right.
Calm
So
down,
she's,
woman.
yeah, she's
It's real. It's real. I saw it. It's real. It ain't the ship. It ain't the fucking ship.
And while she's screaming, Dr. Howe is in the full throes of some kind of mania. She's screeching to the waves, again, in this sort of strange language or cry that doesn't make any sense. Another monstrous call breaks the surface of the water. This one, unmistakably filled with rage. Captain Mascari is frantically struggling to point the wave dancer landward as the other ship going down so suddenly has caused a disturbance in the water, almost like a little whirlpool of sorts as it's been brought down. And as he does this, something surfaces a few dozen yards in front of the wave dancer, cutting it off in the direction that it was headed towards shore. This thing looks like a gargantuan, older version of what was lashed to the Coyote.
Cap, you better get on that radio and call the Coast Guard.
Yeah, it's glaring at all of you with a single eye the size of a ship's wheel, like an old-fashioned ship's wheel, and it almost, what is most disconcerting besides the size is that the eye seems to be seething with furious intelligence. I mean, it's got a considering look as it's looking down on all of you, with the water streaming off of its scales, and just beholding this colossal thing that's just being in the object, just being the object of its malice. Everyone's going to need to make sanity rolls at this point as you see this thing.
Okay, I passed that one.
Make that.
Oh no! Finally cracked.
Nope.
That's it. I saw it. That's it.
All right. Those of you that pass, you guys can roll a D4 for yourselves.
This could be it.
It's if you passed.
This could be. No, I still have one more to lose.
Yeah, the Megalodon is probably more shark-like than that.
Yeah, and then if you failed, you get to roll a D12 for yourselves,
Shit.
as this thing is massive and apparently smart.
Woo! 6 all at once. That's crunchy.
Yeah, 6 all at once is going to be an idea roll, an intelligence roll.
Really?
Yeah, and this is when you want to fail.
Yeah. All right.
Pass it. Pass it. Pass it.
You don't wanna. You don't wanna.
Oh no! You said intelligence.
Yes.
Oh, I passed.
Awesome. All right.
Welcome to understanding.
Yes, you realize that the full implications of what you're looking at, or your mind is trying to correlate what you're looking at, and you're having a tough time. So you're going to have a bout of madness. So Alyssa, give me a D10 roll.
I'm going to appropriately use the yellow sign die.
Nice.
I got a 2.
All right. All right. Interesting. All right. You just pretty much. It's a psychosomatic disability. So I need you to roll me a couple of things. I need you to first roll me a D6.
One.
Okay. And then I need you to roll me a d10.
4.
All right, for the next essentially 4 rounds, although we're not in combat rounds really, but for the next 4 rounds, you go into a sort of a psychosomatic blindness as you just you cannot your brain is sort of shutting down your eyesight as this just cannot be. I mean, none of this makes any sense. Your brain has been cracked, and the option is to shut down the visual organs so that you can no longer see what's right in front of it. So you're going to be blind for a little bit. Just a darkness. You're not unconscious, but you just can't see. You're just in a blaze of I don't know what it would be like, but you get the idea.
Well, I'm not keeping my cool for this.
Right. You've gone blind.
So I am pointing in the direction of the last place I remember seeing the doctor and screaming, "She did this! She's calling it! She did this! We have to stop her!"
All right.
Probably pointing somewhere out in space.
Yeah, just pointing off. Everybody else lost some sanity but didn't go bonkers. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm real close. I got one more and I'm going.
I failed. I don't know how much I lost.
Oh, you failed. Okay, we need
I
to.
missed what you said.
D12.
Yeah, D12 there, Big Dave.
3.
Oh, okay.
You go.
So now the monstrous serpent is circling the boat. And as it does so, and it's just watching all of you. It's just sort of circling in a most menacing fashion. And everybody can make a power roll.
Ooh.
No.
Ooh, 01.
Yep, I failed it.
Where's
Nope.
my
That's it for me for the night.
That's your last time feeling it, huh?
All right. Failing this was probably a good thing. But making
I made mine.
nice.
I made it by 1 point.
That's fantastic, because if you make it, you realize that this thing is actually kind of like riffling through your thoughts like a pack of index cards. I mean, there's an alien intelligence. Like there's this unclean. There's somebody else in your heads with you. If you don't make the power roll, you just feel like, oh, okay, whatever. But
Well, I
if
feel
you
like I'm a big enough of a jerk that I can probably defeat it just with my mind.
well, there you
Oh,
go.
it like went in his brain and left him alone immediately.
Slim pickings, yeah. But if you make the power roll, you're sensitive enough, I guess would be the way to describe it. You're sensitive enough to realize that an intelligence not your own is sifting through your thoughts as if it's looking for something. And
You better cut that hoodoo bullshit out.
Did you make your power roll, Rodney?
He made it
01.
extreme.
Yeah. So those of you that made your power roll, you guys need to make a sanity roll.
Here we go.
You realize that
Here
someone's
we go.
you.
Oh no.
That is a 96.
70.
Nice. Well, and how about Big Dave? What happened to Big Dave?
Big Dave's muted.
Uh-oh. Big Dave, did he make his...
No, I missed it.
Oh, you missed it. So you missed your sanity or your power?
The power. I
Oh.
missed the sanity roll too, but I only rolled 3.
Right, but then there was a power roll as you realized.
Yeah, and I had failed that.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, so you're fine. So you're not sensitive enough to realize this thing is in the house with you in
Right.
your head. But Roberto and Mackenzie do. And you guys need to make a D4 sanity loss roll.
Here we go. It's another 3. Mackenzie has passed that point.
Nice.
A1. All right. Let's see.
So you are indefinitely insane.
Yeah,
Mackenzie.
she is past that 20 mark.
Right. So what happens there, I believe, is you do have to make an immediate. You do go into a bout of madness. I believe is how that works, and then you'll just be kind of underlying kooky for a while. So, what will your bout of madness be? Give me a D10.
There's so many sides to me. That's a 9. I think I know what that one is.
Hmm.
That's the one I always seem to roll when I have this problem.
I vote for violence.
I think it's
That's what
eating,
Rodney
actually. I
always
think it's eating.
That's the one I always get.
Let's see.
He either passes out or gets violent. One of the two.
The red
Um,
mist.
Actually, this one isn't so bad. You will be phobic. You've been developed an intense phobia. What might that be?
That is a good question. Well, let's see. We're surrounded by water. We're on a boat, and there's a giant monster. So I feel like any one of those
Hockey.
things.
Yeah.
Fucking for me.
Yeah,
I'm afraid of
Totally
hockey.
Totally
Canadians.
afraid of hockey.
I don't think
Uh,
the idea of a giant monster that's trying to eat you while it psychically assaults you is necessary.
Honestly, it would probably be the
phobia.
water. It would
Yeah,
probably be the water.
probably the ocean. Yeah, all this terribleness came out of the ocean. So
It
yeah,
was fine when she was on the land, and now she's not.
yeah. So you are just terrified of the
Sea
water.
shanties.
Yes, yes. Okay, so so this thing is seems to be riffling through your minds, and it seems to now it seems to be trying to communicate with you, not through words, but almost like there's a presence in your mind. You guys can make either the better of a power or an intelligence roll to kind of discern what it's at. What
Are
it's
these
about.
the people that made their power roll earlier? Or is this everyone?
Nope,
now?
this is everybody. This is everybody. As it's done its searching now. It's sort of amped up its.
I make that info extreme.
That is
Well, I
massive.
made my power roll.
Are we making power rolls or intelligence rolls?
Whichever
Either
you're
or.
better at.
I make both extreme.
I make neither.
Doesn't matter.
Nice. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, Beck's
Yeah.
still in. That's the one. Sees the witch. It's pointing in the wrong direction.
Yeah. At this point, your vision is starting to slowly come back. Like right now, you know, I mean, you're getting your mind is kind of like, okay, we can't stay blind forever. There's, you know, there's a basic survival instinct that takes over, and it starts to. You see, your vision is starting to piece back together, even though it's still pretty horrible what you're looking at. Those of you that made the roll, you realize that this thing is upset. It's extremely upset at that one of its kind, a juvenile specimen, has been slaughtered, and it wants a blood price for the loss of its kin. The 3 directly responsible must be thrown alive into the sea. That's what it wants. It demands sacrifice. And you know the 3 that it means would be old Bill Vogel, his 7-year-old grandson Peter, and Roberto, who fired the finishing shot into the cranium of the creature. And you could tell old Bill has gone completely white.
Yeah.
He's just shaking. Little Peter is crying because he realizes, you know, even a 7-year-old is kind of realizing he suddenly realizes that this thing demands that he and his grandfather and the sailor be thrown alive into the water with this thing. And that's what
I
it
feel
demands.
like Mackenzie's
Robert.
gone enough to not try and not say anything out loud that she's thinking. She's just like, no, I'm not doing that to a kid. I'm not doing it.
Does it understand
It's a
us?
baby, I'm not doing it.
Does
You're
it understand us?
you think you're not sure, but you think on some it seems to be patiently. It's still circling the boat. You don't know if it understands English, but it seems to on some level, yeah, there is some sort of connection. So you think
Right.
you think you probably could reach out to it.
I'm going to try. I'm going to say, look, your kind is so really.
That's it. I'm pushing him overboard. I'm pushing him overboard.
Would you take the rich boy instead?
And
Please.
your king attacked these good people. Even if it was misunderstanding, you have to understand that we
7 hours later.
Like, do any of you?
All right. So
have
more or less, I'm
questions?
trying to convince it that its continence is utterly alien and horrifying to us, and that it attacked that boat, and they were merely trying to defend themselves. If it is an intelligent being, like I think it is, then it will realize it is an accident, and any blood price is completely superficial. If they really want to have a communication between our species, we can begin with this.
And the last bullet was a mercy.
Into a blessing, really.
That's a wonderful talk, but it truly is alien. Although it knows rage, and it knows that the humans are responsible.
We're not
It's
too
its
different,
mind.
you and us.
So
Mackenzie tries to reason with it, at least for the 7-year-old. She tries to make it understand that it's still a baby and not responsible.
did anybody share the what they realized from all of this with those of us who apparently
I don't think
too out of it to know what's going
I
on?
don't think my character has the wherewithal to try to explain it to you guys, but she hasn't
that
been talking
thing-
out loud.
Is that thing's big enough to flip over the ship we're in, right?
This thing's big enough to eat the ship we're in.
It's definitely big enough to cause a problem. Yeah, it's huge. It's
So it could literally wreck the ship we're in. I mean, is it like
it-
kaiju sized or what?
no, it's not quite kaiju sized, but it's
On a
it could
scale of 1 to 100.
yeah. On a scale of 1 to 100, you would say this is probably about a 630. So it's a pretty big
Roughly.
beast,
That's
roughly.
pretty big.
Yeah, it's a pretty big beastie.
Okay, well, if I don't know this thing is trying to make some sort of devil's bargain, I'm straight up going to push that doctor overboard.
All right.
I got it in my head that she's the problem and she's going.
Okay, and actually, so as you head to her, actually we'll go into combat rounds because you realize she's making a move for the kid.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, she's like, so she's actually looks like she's reaching out with her hands to grab the 7-year-old.
Now, if you didn't make your roll like the int power one, you have no idea this devil's bargain thing is going down.
Right. You just know these other people are like, no, don't, no, not that way, no.
Well, never having
No.
seen that doctor do anything particularly maternal toward that kid, and she's been acting weird, I'm going to try and knock her unconscious.
Okay, so we will go into combat rounds because we have Alyssa trying to push her overboard,
Mhm.
and then you've got Big Dave going to try to knock her out, and then she's going to try to grab the kid and toss him overboard. So anybody that wants to get in on this sort of round combat or this round of combat, just say so.
I also want to be in because Mackenzie is actively trying to protect this kid at this point.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
What is the captain doing during all this?
He's just sort of standing there, sort of transfixed. I mean, he's sort of at the.
Is he like
The-
a turnip transfixed, or is he like just gawking?
He is well, let me see what he's doing. Hang on a second. I'll find out. He's just gawking. You know what I mean? It looks like he's still got his wits about him, but he's trying to process everything that's going on too.
You think it might be time to start the boat and get the hell out of here?
It's in front of us, between us and land. We can try to make a run for it, but
Well, we're in the bay, right? So we can get land in the other direction, right?
we could try. I don't know how fast this thing. And as you guys are kind of debating that back and forth, combat happens as Dr. Howie's going to move at a. What's she going to move at? Her dex is a 60. Does anybody beat that?
I do.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So I got Big Dave and Robert that have higher dexes than her. So you guys can go ahead. Tell me what you're going to do.
Popper.
Okay. She is going to. At this point, she's going to fight back.
Good for her.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
She gets an +6 on her fight back.
Damn.
So she actually gets a critical. What'd you do?
I'm gonna.
If you can get it to extreme, you can.
Oh, I can spend 1 point of luck and have it at extreme.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I'm at 17 now. And 16 is extreme.
Okay. So, all right, you can pop her.
Okay. My damage bonus is 1d4. What's hand-to-hand damage? It's 1d4.
1d3.
D3. Yeah.
D3 plus a d4.
Yeah.
I've got the boxing skill. Does that give me anything?
Just pretty much adds to your brawl, like it would. The boxing percentage is like you're fighting.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was like martial arts, if I could use it for a different.
No, it's not like the old one where it would double the damage.
Good times. Good times. 5 points of damage.
All right, 5 points.
I'm specifically trying to knock her to the ground.
Yeah, that's a major wound for her. So I'm going to roll her con to see if it knocks her down and out or just what happens. It does. You just pound her down to the deck, and she is going to be unconscious for a couple of rounds as you just club her upside the head as she's reaching for the kid, and everybody starts to move in on her. You just get to her first, and you pound her on the side of just club her on the side of the head with your big meaty fist. You just drop her to the deck. Insensate. She's alive, but she's just dazed. You know,
Yeah.
she's just collapsed. The thing's just watching all this. So what happens next?
I'm pretty much like shielding the child with my body. Like I got him and I got him away from the edge.
Okay.
And I'm still trying to reason with this thing, like, please, not the kid, not the kid.
All right. Roberto, what about you?
Robert
Robert, sorry.
slowly turns toward everybody else on the deck. Evangeline, he draws from its holster.
Okay.
And he spits his cigar over the side of the boat. And he just like gets ready.
All right. Nice. All right. So this thing, so Dr. Howie is rubbing the side of her skull.
I'm still gonna
And-
try and push her overboard.
Okay. All right, go for it. You are she's going to fight back.
I don't know what sort of role.
That's going to be a fighting brawl roll. It's a combat maneuver. She's going to try to throw you over if like you guys are like fighting. She's going to try to pitch you over if you don't pitch her over.
So is that just like the unarmed
Yeah.
attack?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh. My dice are high. I got an 0-2.
Well, geez.
Your dice are the worst.
No, I got a 19.
So what level of success is that for you?
Just regular.
Regular success. Okay, she
Yeah.
got a critical. All right. So she pitches you into the drink.
No.
As you as you go rushing for her, you get tossed into the drink. Splash. You don't take any damage,
Bitch.
but you're in the water with this thing sort of circling the boat.
Now I really kind of wish that hysterical blindness was back.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. So Captain Mascari is a little bit dazed. He's like, "What do you guys want me to do? I don't know what to do.
Go to the wheel.
I'm at the wheel."
Get us the fuck out of here. You want me to drive the boat?
Yeah, he's a little bit shaken up. You can tell he's kind of lost his nerve. He's just sort of like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. The thing's in front of us. I can't get us to shore. That thing's gonna smash us. It's gonna smash us.
I'll do it.
All right. And pretty much, and the thing you hear Mackenzie, like, well, it's more empathy than it is like a language discussion, but this thing is like, no deal. I want what I want, and I want those 3 tossed overboard or else. And you guys, those of you that have got the power or int roll, you guys hear this or this.
All right, I'm going to put the boat in reverse.
Okay.
Bootleg turn the thing and get the hell out of there.
All right. So this is essentially going to be a bit of a...
Oh, wait. Somebody toss a rope over the side.
I'm already swimming, y'all.
Punch it, Chewy.
All right. So yeah, poor Alyssa is in the water, swimming for all she's worth. And you're gonna. So all right, I guess we're still in combat round. So we should probably I should probably record everybody's dexterity so I can go in the order of action. So Alyssa, what's your dexterity score?
55.
55. Okay, Dave, what's yours?
Dave, you're muted.
Dexterity is 65.
65. Okay. Robert?
70.
70. Okay. Barnabas?
40.
40. And Mackenzie?
65.
65. So, as all this is going down, what's the monster have? Let's see. Dex of 50 for the monster. So, okay. So, Robert, are you still just sort of holding? You've got Angelique out. What are you doing? Just gonna hold steady or what?
Let's see. So far, the doctor's been the only one that's been like super aggressive toward anybody else. So
Right,
I'm
and
gonna-
she just tossed your friend. Your co field trip person. She just tossed Alyssa right over the ship.
and
The
she was
railing.
doing that hoodoo bullshit earlier.
She was.
I'm gonna fucking put a 50 cal round right in her.
Okay,
We in the
go
murder
for
business.
it.
Murder.
I miss her. 86.
Okay, so the gun goes off. Blam. All right, so that's Robert. Let's see. Then we have at 65, we have Big Dave, and we have Mackenzie. What are you guys doing?
Kenzie's pretty much like she's looking to see what this lady's doing and holding her action to try to fight her if she tries to reach for the kid again.
All right, she has got, what's her dex? Oh, her dex is a 60. She's actually going to try for, let's see.
I'm going to huck her overboard first, though, before she tries anything.
Okay. She looks like she's wheeled towards the old man now. Like she's like, okay, there's a woman standing in front of the little one. So, but there's nobody standing in front of the old guy.
Yeah,
So maybe I can try for him.
She's lost her mind. I'm going to throw her in the drink at the monster.
Okay. So that's going to be a combat maneuver. She's going to try to fight back. Try to fight her way to the old guy. I get an 18. which is going to be a regular success for her.
Regular
Damn.
success for me.
Regular success for you. You would be successful because she tried to fight back.
Yeah.
So you pick her up
Mhm.
and you toss her in the drink.
Bloop.
All right. So just like that, Big Dave just throws her right down into the water. Splash.
That's enough out of her.
I see
Yeah.
her splash down and I laugh.
All right.
Ha ha!
Actually see as she lands in the water, she starts swimming straight down instead of like you laugh at her and she just starts swimming straight down. I need you to make a sanity roll. Anybody that's watching her, anyone that's watching her, she's like swimming for the bottom. She's not drowning, she's just actually swimming for the bottom. All right, you don't lose any if you make it. All right. So Dr. Howie, for the moment, is gone. So, okay, that was at a 65. Let's see. Now the monster. The monster, you get the sense of impatience from the monster. Like it's like, okay, time's up. What are you going to do? That's what the monster does on it essentially, it's like, okay, this is it. And then Barnabas, I think we've got you left. Oh no, Alyssa, you're going to swim and try to climb back onto the boat?
No, I'm swimming the hell away from all of this insanity.
Okay, so you're just going to swim
Yep.
just away. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
How far can I get?
Give me a swim roll.
I got a regular success.
All right. So you're swimming away from the boat. You're swimming away from the sea monster. And you get, probably get, I don't know, 20, I don't know, 10 or, trying to think what would be a good distance to swim. Maybe 15 yards away from all this because you're swimming for all you're worth.
Keep that up for as long as I can.
Okay.
I lost my phone. I lost my eyes. I lost my mind. I'm done.
All right. So it's pretty crazy out in the water right now as you realize Alyssa's swimming for the open ocean. And and Dr. Howie is swimming or swam out of sight, like down to the bottom or something, or headed to the bottom, and seemed to be doing pretty good at it. So then we get to Barnabas.
I heard the seagulls.
Would you like me to make my pilot boat roll?
Indeed, I would.
Oh, fuck. I totally failed. I rolled a 99.
Damn.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I
So
broke the wheel off.
Why'd you kill the motor?
Why did you?
Why'd
Why
you
don't
do
you,
to the motor?
Yeah, pretty much that's a fumble. So it's going to take a few rounds for this thing to like get back. Let me see. It's going to take. All right, that's 2 rounds of the boat stalled. So the boat's going to be stalled for 2 rounds as Fudge fudges it. Just tries to put it in reverse and does something and just and the engines kind of shudder. The whole boat shudders, and the engine just kind of goes quiet.
You guys hear me cackle in the silence. I'm just swimming.
All right, the back to the top of the order as top of the round as the we're back to Robert at a 70.
All right. The boat is stalled out.
The boat is stalled out
For
for 2 rounds.
2 rounds.
Yeah.
Can I pop down to the engine room, see if I can get it started faster?
Sure. I'll let you dash down there and see if you can make me a mechanical repair roll.
Well, I just happen to have that skill.
Fantastic.
I will spend 39 points of luck to make that.
Nice. All
That's
right,
the
so
spirit.
Robert the miracle worker goes down, grabs a big wrench, and just whacks the crap out of this engine. Does something miraculous, and the boat roars to life once again. So
that's what
awesome.
I'm fucking talking about.
All right. Next we have Mackenzie and Big Dave at 65s.
Mackenzie's not really doing much anything since the immediate threat's gone. But she looks at Bill and she just shakes her head. She's like, I can't give him to her. I can't do it. That's all she's saying.
All right. Yep. And Bill's like, right on. Like he's like, yeah, I'm not giving that thing to I'm not giving my grandson to that thing. And
Dave is muted.
Big Dave.
The coyote sunk, right?
Yes.
It's gone. Okay. And the weather woman is swimming away from us into the sea.
Yeah. The meteorologist is making for Portugal.
She
I'm
was
just going to
never
yell at her,
seen
hey,
again.
come back. That's about it. I don't know what else to do. I wasn't hearing the voice in my head, so.
Right. So
You're
this is
probably
all-
wondering what we're going on about because Mackenzie's
As far as I can tell, that one woman just freaked out, wanted to do something weird with the kid.
You can still see the actual sea monster.
Yeah, but what am I going to do? Go in and box it? I mean,
yes.
uh,
yes.
Punch it.
All
what's
right.
What's the captain doing? Is he just standing around?
He's just kind of ineffective. He looks to be he's taken a couple of sanity hits and he's just he's in his own kind of ineffective dithering.
I'm going to run up there then and look and see if I can figure out how to turn this boat on or around if there's a steering wheel.
There is, and Fudge is standing there at the helm of the controls at the moment.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
All right. Do you have pilot boat, Dave?
No, I was yelling at Fudge. I thought he was.
All right. All right. So that's Dave. So you run up to where the controls are. As you hear the engine, Robert's good efforts have restarted the boat much more quickly than would have been, and you yell at Fudge, "Let's go!" So that's at a 65. So at a 55, Alyssa, I need you to make another swim roll if that's what you're doing.
Yep. Oh, crap. That'd be a 95. Not doing so good now.
A 95. Okay. I need you to make not sure what the drowning rules are, but I'll just have you make a con roll
Okay.
at this point because you failed the swim roll.
All right, I'm gonna spend luck points to just make it.
Okay. All right. So you're not drowning. You just took a big gulp of water, and so you don't get as far as you don't really get much farther out.
I'm on the drowning rules for you.
Oh, thank you.
And just for the folks listening at home, at this part of the adventure, I look up and I notice that Brian's eyes, because of the lighting, appear almost black.
Satan is upon us.
That's me. That's I've gone over to the dark side.
Or Fred Durst.
I was thinking black like a shark.
Oh yeah, right. When their eyes roll back.
Mhm.
Or
Yeah.
he's a sea monster.
Yeah, right.
Totally is.
I call you
Cyclopean eye.
One big eye. All right. So so that happens. So then we're down to the 50. The Martins Beach monster is going to try to smash the boat. This is going to be since you guys are not throwing anybody overboard that it wanted.
The boat will fight back.
The boat will fight back. Yes. This is essentially going to be a pilot boat versus its smash boat.
Okay.
That's how this is going to work.
I love that band.
Smash boat.
Smash boat, walking on the sea.
Oh God.
So it's
The
okay.
Jesus story.
Heretic.
Hey, now you're a monster.
It's only a heretic if I believed in that at any point in my life. All right. I'm ready to make that roll. And I failed.
Boo.
All right. You failed. All right. And it failed. So all right. So the boat has you failed the pilot boat roll. You didn't fumble it though, did you?
No, just a regular
Okay.
old
So
run-of-the-mill failure.
The boat lurches forward. The thing like plunges ahead like at the boat, but it doesn't. It's a stalemate as it doesn't smash the boat, and you actually get a little bit closer to shore now as you've just hit the engine's full throttle.
And now I'll make a regular pilot boat roll to try and distance ourselves.
Yes.
And that I make.
Nice. Okay, so the boat gets one bit closer to shore.
Woo.
Yeah. Let me see how
That
many
would be
bits.
a good time to give you the drowning and asphyxiation rolls.
Okay.
This is from page 124 of the Call of Cthulhu Keeper's book. A con roll
Okay.
should be made each round. Once a con roll is failed, damage is sustained each round thereafter until death or until the victim is able to breathe.
Oh, okay.
If the character is in a state of physical exertion, a hard success is required on the con roll. Death occurs at 0 hit points. Ignore major wounds.
So we kind of did that. She made the con roll, so she
Right.
yeah. So she doesn't go back to swim rolls after this. She's into con rolls now.
No, because she made her con roll.
Oh, so she can do swim rolls again.
Right.
Got it. All right, so
the
go ahead.
damage is up. The damage is up to you, though. It looks like.
Okay, I'd say probably like a D3 for drowning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because that happens pretty fast.
Yeah. All right. So the boat lurches ahead. And this is essentially like sort of a long range sort of chase, sort of cat and mouse as the boat is chugging for all it's worth towards the shore.
In reverse.
Uh,
Did he get turned around?
I think, I don't know. Did you turn it around, Fudge?
Um,
I imagine you're probably heading for shore, but
I'm totally heading for shore.
Okay.
It would be, I guess, maybe like when it attacked and I rolled, but I didn't make that roll. So no, I mean, that was basically the roll to turn it around.
yeah. All right. Well, then again, it is sort of thrashing around. So I would say you did make the roll to get the thing going to pilot the boat, though, like towards shore. You did make that one.
Right.
So we can just say that the thing is like pointed in the right direction and headed towards shore. So there's that. All right. So that's round one of heading towards shore. I think we're right up to the top of the order again, as it's Robert down in the engine room.
All right.
The engine department.
Did we bring
all I got?
Did we bring any diving gear?
I don't. No, Mascari doesn't have any diving gear
Okay.
unless any of the
Extra barrel of fuel, something like that on the deck.
Give me a luck roll for an extra barrel of fuel.
Can we go all Jaws 3D on it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not that lucky.
All right. There's a couple of cans of gas, but there's nothing like so dramatic as a big barrel of gas.
All right.
So,
I guess I'll head back up top since the engine's running
okay.
and see what's going on up there.
All right. You can see Fudge is like piloting the boat for all he's worth.
Which is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. Indeed. Mackenzie is sort of shielding the boy up against like the superstructure of the ship. Dave, I don't know, what's Dave doing right now? He was yelling at Fudge to get the boat moving.
I tell Dave, just grab this rifle.
There's a rifle?
Yeah, I have a rifle strapped to my back.
I don't know how to shoot, but okay.
Well, if you need to, just point it and pull the trigger.
Sure. Okay.
All right. And Dave, it is your so Robert, you just kind of going upside and you like did a frantic search for like something big and destructive
Yeah.
and couldn't find it, but
Then I'll tell all the non-sailors get below deck because it's gonna be a bumpy ride.
yep. Okay, Dave, you're next.
All right. Well, I'll take that rifle and then go out wherever that news lady is. I'm going to try and chuck a life vest towards her. I don't want to hit her, but I want to plop it down somewhere close to her.
That's going to be a throw roll because the boat is now moving full steam away from her, and she's moving full swim away from it.
Cool. That's a skill I actually excel at.
Nice.
So,
Wow, you'd almost think you were a football player or something.
yeah.
A nice tight spiral on it.
I'm going to spend 3 luck rolls to make it. Or 3
Okay.
luck points.
Nice.
He plays the best game of ultimate frisbee ever.
Disc golf. Woo!
Plop.
I assume it had a rope tied to it or something.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. Mackenzie, what are you doing?
He said to move below deck, and she's kind of hesitant to do so, but she moves the kid. She doesn't want him falling overboard.
Okay. So you're going to hustle the kid down to the below cabin. Okay. Awesome. Then it would be the creature who is actually going to try to, it's either going to try to, what's it going to do? It's either going to try to smash the boat and in so doing jar it enough to maybe knock a few people overboard. So here we go. And you're going to pilot the boat, Fudge,
Yes,
to try to stop this from happening.
I am.
All right. Give me a roll.
I will spend the 8 points to make that.
Nice. All right. So there's a huge wave, like as he just moves the boat, as this thing just tries to almost do this sort of half belly flop and try to reach out. It's for all its size, it's got these like little spindly arms. So it tries to almost looks like it almost tries to grab the boat and try to rake the side of the boat. But he's able to put some distance between the boat and the sea serpent. And you think that the boat is probably a little bit faster than the sea serpent, the way it's trying. It's tricky, but it's you think you can, if you can get out of its immediate range, you can put some distance between the two of you and be out of harm's way. But it's going to be a few rounds before that happens. But good move. Okay, so that is you've defended yourself against the thing's attack. And it would be Alyssa. You see this life ring plop next to you or nearby.
And I imagine it's also pulling away from me at the same time.
Yeah, it's near to you, but it's gonna go taut in a few moments and get and be pulled along with the boat.
Oh, jeez. Crap.
Go for it.
Now or never.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
I mean, you're gonna die either way at this point.
All right, this is gonna be a. I would say this is gonna be. There's no grab. I guess this would either be the better of fighting or dexterity, because it would be like either a combat maneuver to grab the thing or just dexterity to grab the thing. So whatever you're better at.
Yeah,
Or swim.
Or swim. Yep, swim towards it and grab it.
Yeah,
So whatever
yeah,
your
better.
most favorable.
I got a hard success on Dex.
Nice. Nice. All right. So you latch onto this thing, and you start getting pulled along.
This is going to be I made a bad choice.
I mean, nothing that you've done since you lost your sanity has been a good choice. So.
We got to remember, Beck, that you're 2 hours by boat away from land.
That's true, but I'm now being drugged with a giant sea serpent between me and the boat.
Drowning, being bait for a sea monster, or dragged to death. Really? How do you want to go?
Let's do
What's
this.
the more metal option? Right?
All right, Barnabas, you need to make another pilot boat roll to put some more distance between you and this thing.
Okay, I'm going to push that roll.
Nice.
What would be
Otherwise, if you fail, the boat's going to stall out again.
all right? Nope, we got it.
Nice. All right. That's the third round of putting distance between you. You figure if you can, in combat terms, you can get 8 rounds distance, you'll be free and clear of this thing. You'll be able to outrun it. But you get about 5 more rounds of this thing messing with you. You think you can, if you can get clear. So back to the top of the order with Robert.
All right. Can I get a shot off at this thing?
Absolutely.
All
And
right.
it's so huge that you will get, even with all the bouncing and everything, you'll get a bonus die just because this thing is gargantuan.
All right.
It's not kaiju, but it's still damn big.
Yep, hit it.
Nice. Okay, roll damage.
All right. $13.
Wow. That irks it. So.
Boom.
Boom. Big Angelique. You see a few scales. Angeline. Sorry, I thought it was Angelique.
At least you
Angeline.
didn't call her Lucy.
That would have been fitting considering what he's doing with the gun. This is my gun, Lucille.
All right. So this thing, you blow a few scales off of it, and it screams in pain, but continues to plunge after the wave dancer. At 65s, we have Mackenzie and Dave.
I'm pretty much squared away because I'm down below with the kid.
Right. Okay. And he's crying and he's
just kinda
scared.
trying to calm him down. I know this is scary. We're gonna be okay. And she's trying to sound convincing and probably failing.
Okay. All right. Yep. Very good. So, okay. Dave, what are you doing?
Muted.
Sorry.
He's muted.
I'm gonna try and reel in the leather lady.
Okay. So you start reeling in Alyssa. At this point, you are joined by Captain Mascari, who seems to have recovered himself somewhat. He's kind of wandered down to that part of the ship, and he will start essentially trying to help you. I mean, it's kind of a one-person job, but you're hauling her in.
Mhm.
I don't think you need to make a skill roll. You're just kind of doing hand over hand, just trying to pull her in as best you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell. Hey, Captain, why don't you help drive the boat?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
All right. So he'll kind of scamper back to the wheelhouse. So okay, that's Dave. Now it's back to the monster, as it's going to try to attack once more, try to do some damage to this boat, maybe knock a few people overboard. It will, well, give me a roll.
I did. I got an extreme success.
Nice. Okay, well, you
Good
outmaneuver it.
job.
You outmaneuver it as the it recoiled a bit from the gunshot, and you've managed to put some good moves on. Okay, then I believe it's your turn to try to put some speed on.
And I do with a regular
Nice.
success.
Excellent. Will do.
What's Bill been up to through all of this? Did he go below deck?
No, Bill is kind of standing there. I mean, he's just looking at this thing. He's actually shaking his fist at it now. Kind of like, you won't get me and you won't get these people.
I like him.
Yeah, he's just solid old guy.
And more importantly, his dues are in arrears, so we need him to get back to school.
Nice. All right. So top of the order, it's going to be Robert.
Putting another round downrange.
All right. Excellent.
Still with a bonus die?
Oh, yeah. This thing's big.
23.
Oof. All right. Give me some damage.
Oh, I'll give you some damage. 14.
Nice. Okay, that's going to be all right. All right, you are managing to blow some scales off this thing, and there's blood in the water that belongs to this thing. It's still enraged, it's still moving, but you're having an effect. So, okay, gun goes off again. Angeline goes off. Boom! Another. You see the spray of cloud of flesh come blowing off this thing. It's Dave at this point.
I'm going to keep reeling in the news lady.
All right. Give me a strength roll. If you manage to get a good strength roll, we'll see it'll help get her in all the more quickly.
Easily.
All right.
13.
All right. You're
That's,
almost, she's
extreme
almost back.
strength roll.
Wow. All right. So with that, I mean, you're just muscling this like crazy. You've put in every ounce of your adrenaline into it. She'll be up on the boat probably the next round if at this rate. She'll be up to the boat. Okay, Mackenzie, you've got the child. He's little Peter's down there. He's just sort of sobbing away. The boat is bouncing around on the water, putting on great speed. You can hear
She
gunshots.
is probably telling him like little stories about when she like a photography job or something she's on just to distract him.
Okay.
And calm herself down because she lost a lot of sand.
Yeah.
And she's on the water and she's not particularly feeling too good right now either.
Right. So this is for your own help as well as his.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. So then we go to Alyssa. You are clinging to the life raft, or the life ring. So pretty much that's what you're doing right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You figure next round, I mean, you're going right past this thing.
I know.
It seems to
Hamana.
yeah. Give me a luck roll to see if it would doesn't really notice you and just keeps its eye focused on the boat.
Oh, all right. Yep, I'm okay.
Okay, so you're very lucky as you go by it, but you're too small. You're small potatoes compared to the bigger target.
If I had a free hand, I'd flip at the bird.
All right. Okay, it is the monster. It's going to try to do some damage to this boat. And it will, unless
can I push the roll?
Yes. If you'd like to push the roll, that'd be a good idea because it got a good roll. It got a hard success.
Okay, well, I ended up getting a extreme on the.
Nice. Okay.
Yes.
That's a very good thing. All right. Excellent. So you fend off the incoming rage of the monster. some fancy boat work. And I need you to make a
Told you I
piloting
can
roll.
handle anything from a small one-man craft all the way up to a 25-foot yacht.
Indeed, indeed. The man is more than just a credit card.
A credit card and a boat.
Yeah. What's in your wallet?
And I can lie. So I'm gonna just try and pilot this boat.
Yeah, pilot this boat for all you're worth. Cutting through the waves.
Okay, yeah, I will spend the 6 points.
All right, all right. You think you're putting on more distance now, so you think, okay, you're definitely, and you can tell the thing between the gunshot wounds and trying to chase after the boat. For all its rage, it's flagging. You can tell it's sort of flagging now. It's not as energetic as it was. I think a few more rounds, if you can keep out of the clutches of this thing for a couple more rounds, you actually might make it out of here. All right, and Robert, it is back to you.
We'll put another one downrange into
All
it.
right. Blam.
17.
Nice. So Angeline roars once more.
Oh my God. 18 points of damage.
All right. Wow. All right. That is a horrendous wound. You get it right in the eye, and you cause it to sort of rear back a little bit, in shock. As you don't think you blinded it, but it just sort of shakes its head. Given that roll, I'm gonna I'll say if Fudge, if you want to get an extra, if you want to do an extra pilot roll to try to put on a little more distance, because he just kind of stopped this thing up a little bit.
Yeah, sure. Like right now, or just make two on my turn.
No, you can make one right now. What the hell?
Okay. I failed that.
Okay, all right. So there was a bit of an opportunity there, but you're distracted as Captain Mascari comes stumbling into the wheelhouse and is like, I'm here to help, and he kind of bumps into you.
No,
You're not
I'm-
helping. Go away.
Okay, Dave, you've got
I tell him,
Alyssa's-
find out why only one person is shooting at this thing.
right. Where should I go? What should I do?
I gave a gun to that football player.
Yeah, all right. He still seems a little addled, so he's like, I think he told me to come up here, but I'll go check for you. And he goes stumbling out of the cabin again.
God, he's a human pinball.
I was just thinking of
Bing, 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 bing.
I'm just going to send him right back up to you. I'm just going to, boom, turn him right back around and send him right back up to the cabinet.
And it is Dave. It's your turn now. You've got Alyssa now. She's like right at the the thing is, the boat is like moving. There's a lot of frothy white water. You're trying to keep her out of the propeller range of the propeller and all this, and you've got to try to. I guess this would be a one of you has to make a climb roll. The other one can make a strength roll. I don't know who wants to do what, but if one of you makes it, the other can get a bonus die. I guess that's how we'll
Let
do
me
it.
make the strength roll, and then she can have a bonus on the climb roll.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, probably be better.
So how does the bonus die work?
You would add a die, another D10 die, if he makes his strength roll.
I made a hard strength roll.
Nice. Okay. So how this works, Alyssa, is, or Becky for Alyssa, you would roll, instead of 2 dice, you're rolling 3 dice, 2 in the tens spot, and then 1 in the singles. And you take the lower of the 2 tens rolls, representing a better chance. So if like you roll, yeah. What'd you get? I'm sorry.
All right, I got a 37.
Okay. So
Oh,
you
wait.
passed?
in a row.
No, my climb is 20. You know what? I've got the luck to spend. I'm going to spend it.
Yeah, now's a really good time to be lucky. So
I'll
Punk.
spend the 17 points. I just need to
So-
match it, right?
yeah,
Beat it. Okay.
match it. So you practically tear your fingernails out. You know, you're like scrabbling on the side of the boat. He's pulling on the rope. You're grabbing the rope and kicking with your feet. And somehow, by the grace of Poseidon, you flop onto the deck with Big Dave kind of putting a hand on your shoulder, you know, sort of steadying you as you just kind of fall over the side of the rail, and he just kind of helps you over. So that's happening. Meanwhile, below decks with the little boy is Mackenzie.
I'm gonna ease up to see what's happening up top.
Okay. What do you do with Peter?
I kind of put a life jacket on him and kind of tuck him in a corner. Just like, do not move. I'll be back in a second. Okay.
He does just that. You head up to the top. You see Robert blazing away with Angeline. You can see, looks like Alyssa has just been hauled back aboard by Big Dave. Bill Vogel is still shouting profanities at the thing that's chasing all of you. And Barnabas is driving that boat for all he's worth. And you see Captain Mascari kind of skittering his way across the deck, heading towards Big Dave and Elisa.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna jump into action with anything. She's just kind of confused as to what's happening because she's been down there for a few seconds.
Yeah, you can still see the monster. It's still in threat range, but it's bleeding from multiple gunshot wounds, including a nasty one to its eye, and it's sort of thrashing back and forth. You can tell it's weakened. And yes, okay. I think we're at the top of the round with Robert once more. Did I miss anybody?
Wait,
I
no,
missed Barnabas. I missed Barnabas. How could I forget Barnabas? So, on a pilot roll.
I missed that pilot roll.
Okay.
I just straight up, it's too much. I don't have enough luck to make that up.
Okay. So, all right. So you're getting kind of not careless, but you're just kind of like you're getting a couple of rogue waves hitting you from the wrong side. You've tried so many fancy maneuvers that you've pushed the boat as hard as it can, and you're still kind of a little panicky, so you just can't seem to quite put enough distance down yet. Okay, Robert, back to you.
All right, I'm gonna dump the last 2 rounds of this magazine into it.
Okay. So that's 2 shots. Are you gonna do like two shots? I think, is that a penalty die on each one? Which, if you're getting a bonus die, they would cancel each other out. So I think you would just have like regular.
Do normal shots?
Normal shots, right?
All right. First shot misses.
Okay.
Second shot is an /7.
Nice. Okay. Roll damage.
$16.
Wow. Okay. All right. Another spray of blood and scales and flesh off this thing as the big caliber weapon strikes true. The thing is visibly badly injured, but continues in just this sort of, berserk pursuit of the boat and its occupants.
I gotta reload. Somebody else better shoot.
All right, that's Robert, Big Dave, and Mackenzie.
I guess I'm going to take a shot at it. Not that how many you could.
All right, so you unsling the 30-06. You shoulder it.
Blam. That would be a miss.
Okay. So 30-06 cracks. And the bullet
It'd help if you hit it.
You're asking a lot, man.
Yeah.
All right. Bill Vogel's like, yeah, it's the monster with a bad eye now. Get a shoot in the eye.
Oh, did you take your advantage on that, considering it's big?
Oh, no.
All right, yeah. If you want to If you want to roll another D10, maybe that would be a success.
Doubtful. I'll try. Oh, actually, that's 25. I would just make it.
Nice.
Yes.
So the gods are kind as the
We're trying to live. The dice are on our side right now.
Praise our in Jesus. Praise our in Jesus.
What's the
Praise
damage on that, though?
on a 30-odd 6.
It's not my gun. I don't have any of this.
Yeah, I think. Do I have it for Bill Vogel? It's a the damage on that is 2d6 plus 4.
Sweet.
Dang, are we actually gonna live through this thing?
Don't
Could
say
be.
nothing.
Can
Don't
I
say
get my
nothing.
damage bonus on it because I flexed really hard as I shot?
No, that's not how it works.
Yeah, no, you just look really good doing it.
He's just throwing the bullets at him.
uh, 9 points of damage.
All right. It takes the hit. It's not happy about it, but another big spume of viscera just comes flying off the thing, and it's definitely not having a good day. So that is Dave who's taking the shot. Mackenzie, how about you?
Yeah, Mackenzie's pretty useless right now, so she runs back downstairs to the kid.
All right, so you clamber back down to the below decks. Got it. Elisa, you are just sort of coming around to yourself after your ordeal at sea in the
Yeah.
water.
I'm just trying to get away from the edge of the boat.
Okay. You
Like,
can do
you see
that.
me go downstairs, just saying.
Yeah, if you want to follow, you can kind of half scramble if you want.
That works.
Okay, so you scramble across the deck down past Captain Mascari, who's running towards Big Dave. So that happens. Bill Vogel has started grabbing random objects off of the ship and started just hurling them at the creature. Anything that he can find that's disposable, he's grabbing like a cooler. He whips it at the thing. He's not even like hitting it. It's just like going in the water, but he's throwing empty bottles and
He's
anything.
trying, damn it.
Anything he can get his old hands on, he's whipping at the thing.
Oh, bless his heart.
Not my gumball.
You ain't taking my grand boy.
Yeah, that's right. It's like through like one of the lids of the chum bucket, and then the chum bucket goes at it, and he's like throwing anything he can find. Okay, so that was about Elisa and Old Man Vogel. Now we have the monster, which has had enough of this boat.
Motherfucking humans on my motherfucking ocean.
Yeah, it's gonna try Hulk smash. All right, give me a defensive. Get this boat out of the way of this thing.
01.
Oh,
Yes.
Well done, sir. Well done. All right, with aplomb, the good Mr. Fudge skillfully negates the threats. You are almost home free.
Jumps the wave, lands down.
The wave dancer, yes. All right, you need to put on. You've got 2 more rounds to do this. You've got 2 more. Put on speed pilot rolls.
I'll spend 1 point of luck to make that.
Nice.
I can afford that.
All right.
So are you just
So-
gonna run this thing aground or what?
Yeah, you notice
Yes.
in all the
Yes.
all the craziness, like you guys are coming up on land. It's coming in, like this. The shore has been getting closer and closer. You're making a beeline for the shore, not this like sort of long route that you took out. So you're just, it's getting nearer and nearer. So you think you got, and plus this thing is definitely flagging. So you think you're almost home free. You can just keep the boat away from the bulk of this thing for 1 more round. You think you can do it? And we're back to Robert.
Reload.
All right. Reloading. Mackenzie and Dave.
Blam. No. No
Okay.
joy.
All right, even with the bonus die?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so it's a heroic effort.
How far off is it?
Nah,
Is
it
it worth?
wasn't.
Is it worth the luck?
What's that?
He said it wasn't heroic.
All right. Well,
It was barely an effort.
You know, probably when I was getting back onto this ship from the other one, I probably jammed the site.
That's probably what it was.
Aw. Look at
uh, and as you fire the gun, and Mackenzie, you're back down below decks, right? Okay. Up comes David Mascari to you, Dave, Captain Mascari. He's like, why aren't you? You are using the gun. You are using the gun. That's great. That's
Yeah.
great.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Well, okay then. That guy's lost his mind.
You have a flare gun?
We do have a flare gun.
Where'd
I
you
do
go
have
get
a
that?
Right. It's below decks.
There you go.
And all right, so he's like weaving his way now to the stairs to go down below
Coming to get you, Lily.
All right. And
I
then
will fight him over this kid, man.
it's Alyssa next.
I just hopefully made it, down the
Yeah, you're below.
narrow flight of stairs.
Yes, you've navigated the stairs. You're down below with Peter and Mackenzie. There's a small little cabin down below decks. So there's that. Okay.
I'm going to locate all the blankets for me.
All right. Very good. Very good.
Blanket fort below deck.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Bill Vogel continues to swear and throw anything he can find. He's running out of things to throw, but he's still throwing invectives at
Then
this
he spies
creature.
his grandson.
Yeah. Come here, you little brat. So nope, he's railing against the creature. Let's see. Then we have the creature. This is it. It is going to do one big final heave. How do we do?
Regular success.
All right. That is going to pass as it missed by 3. So there's this huge spume of water as it just kind of just this roar and this sort of half lunge, and it brings its bulk down just as you kind of pull the ship off for one side, and the ship's bobbing and water is everywhere, but you've managed to keep the thing from draping itself, kind of crashing itself onto the ship. Nicely done. And then you need to just put on one more speed roll, and if you can, you're out of this mess.
I will push that roll.
All right. If you push it, the engine will fail.
Here we go. It all comes down to this.
It all comes down to this.
Regular success.
All right. Very good. Very good. Very good. All right. And that is what you needed as the thing is injured. It howls in impotent rage. It goes beneath the froth as you're getting very near the safety of land. Something in its survival, its instinct, its somewhat intelligence, it just decides, I can't keep up. I'm too close to land. Live to fight another day. As it just goes beneath the waves, and minutes later, the ship drags itself back into safe harbor, and you pull up alongside a a free mooring, and you're safe.
Yeah, I'm moving to Springfield.
You're, I missed that. What did you say?
I said I'm moving to Springfield.
Ah, right. Yes,
We went
yes.
to fucking Nevada, the desert, away from all water.
Seriously?
In my mind, I was thinking Tornado Chaser in Nebraska.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, so maybe a little epilogue for each of the characters. So what happens, what do you do? What happens after you get off the ship? There's a little, the credits start rolling, and there's a little epilogue for each character. What's the epilogue for each character? We'll start with Becky and then Matt, and we'll go down the line. What's Becky's epilogue?
I indeed moved to the Midwest. I moved to the Midwest and I cover thunderstorms and 4-H picnics.
Nice. And what is Big Dave's epilogue?
Well, Dave goes back to school, gets his degree, and finally settles down with the girl he meets in college and has a few kids and a job. And likes to think back on that one incredible day, and maybe it was a dream. He doesn't know. Or he lives a happy life nonetheless.
Dave's turned into a pink.
Dave lives the best life of us all.
And what of Robert?
Robert's back out on the ocean next week. Always got Evangeline at his side just in case it wants a rematch.
He was never seen again.
Nice. Yeah. And how
He
about
becomes the captain of his own ship.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
need a bigger
I
boat.
like it. I like it. What's the name of the ship?
Evangeline too.
And
It worked for Little Shop of Horrors.
And not the number 2, TOO.
That's the best.
and what about Barnabas Fudge? What's his story?
Barnabas actually remains in Cambridge and waits around for his father to die so he can inherit the rest of the fortune.
Life
Hmm.
goals right there.
Does he tell the story at all, or?
Yeah, but it's such a part of the whole line of bullshit that everyone who knows him knows he like throws that no one believes it at all.
Gotcha.
Buffy, Barnabas is talking that sea monster story again.
Just humor him, dear. He'll stop after a while.
But that story is so insufferable.
It's better than the other ones.
What happened to old Bill and Peter?
What happened to
Oh.
me?
Yeah, we got Mackenzie.
What
What's
happened to
Mackenzie's epilogue? What's her story?
Mackenzie goes a little like she spends a little bit of time locked away in her apartment directly after what happened. She won't take a bath for a while.
Hmm.
Her fiance threatens to leave her, and she talks him into moving to Nevada. And she continues to be a photographer, but every now and then she has a breakdown, and she locks herself in her dark room with the picture she took of the baby sea monster.
Hmm.
And then she, in her spare time, starts to look more into what that could have been.
Right.
Everybody can't have a happy ending.
And old Bill Vogel sells. His boat is already gone. He can't sell what's at the bottom of the Atlantic. So, but he pays his dues to the yacht club and
Damn right he does.
and takes up golfing in Western Massachusetts. And Peter goes for lots of therapy.
I'd like to think that Peter and Mackenzie's keep in contact with each other.
There you go. Yeah.
She tries not to be weird around him.
Yeah. That
She
makes sense.
fails when she tries
That's
really
good.
hard not to be weird around him.
Yeah.
Did anybody ever get help for Crazy Dave Wall?
No, he
He
just
wanders around Salem with a medium Dunkin' Donuts styrofoam cup that he's had for 7 years.
yeah. That
You're
sounds
all
about
gonna
right.
die.
And thus ends our evening of high strangeness and nautical peril.
We did
That was fun.
Yay!
I can't believe we lived.
Yeah, it was a near thing. If that thing had struck true and the pilot rolls had failed, that wouldn't have went so well.
You know, I
So
tried to put all of my points into the most useless shit I could for this character.
Turns out it wasn't all useless.
My only rule was, he fancies himself like a diver / adventurer kind of guy, but he really isn't. But he likes to make people think he is.
He's a Munchausen.
Yeah, but he's rich, so he knows boats. Then I figured that's his thing. He could swim and he could go on boats.
good stuff.
Hey, mechanical repair saved our lives.
Indeed, it
Yeah,
did.
like I sat for a good couple of minutes
Yeah.
on him, like maybe I should take mechanical repair.
Yeah, because 2 rounds sitting there with that thing, that
Oh, we'd have
yeah.
been dead. We'd have
Yeah.
been dead.
Yep. So there you go. Keep your 30 luck points, but take some mechanical repair.
Yeah.
Everyone have a nice evening.
Good night.